Hello, one and all, and welcome back to We Are Not Wizards, the show with lots of magic and lots of D&D. I'm your host, Chad Allen Arthur, and say hello to my tenacious tunes. Woo! So, just to recap, before we kind of go in, let me change the mood a little bit, just because we're not going to be able to use this music a lot, so I want to just change it real quick because I like this music. We are in the most amazing city, the most tenacious, the most toony, Los Animados. That's right, a city right off of LA, a completely drawn-in city in the middle of the ocean. We see a toon city like you've seen in the past with stuff like Cool's World, or I'm trying to think of the much more famous movie, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Roger Rabbit. There you go. Had to take a moment there. But, you know, stuff like that. Those kind of world. As we kind of go into a world that is on the precipice of completely withdrawing from toons altogether. But instead of kind of dwelling on that, instead we had a bit of hope. An audition where 3 amazing toons got an opportunity to bring back that little bit of life that they kind of missed out on. So first things first, in no particular order, we had our good-looking, most amazing, awesome pal, Greg, jump to the stage. We see, go ahead. We saw Delaney give a flex. We'll give one right here, as we see a very modest, awesome crocodile hit the stage. That's right. Alabaster Jones with a right hand strong, a Cadillac lifted, and always stay pimpin'. That is right. Alabaster Jones hit the stage. A crocodile that doesn't have the most good job, I guess. What would you call it? Definitely not the most legal of all jobs if possible. But then right after him, we saw the most amazing, the most cool Delaney hitting the stage with an even just as cool character. You could see I definitely choreographed this beforehand.
Yeah,
Mr. Jonathan Bravado. Oh my God, Becky, look at his pecs. That's right,
his pecs.
Jonathan Bravado. A cool looking devilish, smoking a cigar, blonde hair, and obviously making all the ladies swoon. But last but certainly not least, our yellow tank top wearing, are definitely scared to DM for because he has the most awesome characters that's hard to really put one up on him. We had him playing a character a little bit strange to look at. That's right, Pickles, a kobold, and you're not sure what direction he's looking, and then all of a sudden, hey, where's my wallet? That's right, Pickles. All 3 with auditions. Now, last time we left off, they were in a really awesome club, a 4-layer club with a strip joint on one end, a bar on another one, a piano bar in the next one, and then right below that, a really dancing, swinging jazz club. So a lot going on in this, and our 3, of course, you know, knowing us, they had to go straight to the strip club with Jonathan Bravado. With Jonathan Bravado promising a performance. But right when that performance was about to happen, an announcement came over the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your eyes to the screens in the corners of every room. And please, quiet down as we hear the most lovely, the most amazing, as I kind of bring her up on the screen. Lucy Lovely.
Wow.
And Lucy Lovely, as you kind of see on these screens and corners, she is in the piano bar lounge, which you're more than welcome to go to if you guys decide you want to see her live rather than just watching her on a screen. Up to you guys. So if you do, say now or forever hold your peace. Because, no? Okay.
It has to give that performance.
I have to strip.
Lucy Lovely, you all hear on these screens and through the speakers, heels. And behind a dragging sound, and a single spotlight on a stage with a microphone. As she pulls through a chair and sits it right beside her. Completely in a black dress with curly red hair, she takes a step up to the microphone. The entire room, every room, is quiet as music starts to play. And she sings. Every single person on the floor is mesmerized by her plump lips and her perfectly arched eyebrows. As you start to hear a little bit of sound from the audience, a whistle, and then you start to hear, ow, ow, as this woman starts to walk down the stage, as the spotlight follows her. And as she does, her belt that she has in front of her, she releases it and takes it down. She wraps it around one of the people and kind of gives a little bit of a sway back and forth and lets go and walks off. As she walks off, still singing throughout this entirety, you see her sit up on the bar as she starts to remove the stockings under her legs and keeps moving forward as she starts to remove the black dress in front of her. The black dress off of her body as it sleeks off, and you see the most perfect hourglass figures. Every single person in the room, eyes drop. The whistling, the howling completely goes deaf, and people scream as she walks towards the stage, into the spotlight still, and singing the most enchanting, enthralling voice that you've ever heard. You can feel passion, you can feel intensity, and you can feel the entire room essentially drooling over Lucy Lovely. Do me a favor, and as she kind of sings her little lullaby to you all, why don't you all give me a perception roll? Jonathan Bravado is going to have advantage on this perception roll.
Is it for something we're seeing?
Through the television, yes.
Okay, I have advantage because anything I see,
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right.
It's a dirty, strippery, burlesque 20.
Yeah, clean 22, but with that being in a strip club, it feels dirty.
Dirty 29.
29. Jones, what was yours?
22.
22. As the music fades and the piano goes out, she takes the chair and she sits on it and leans back as the spotlight starts to dim. On all three successful perception rolls, this girl is hot as hell.
I didn't need to roll for that. The cartoon eyes bugging.
Yeah.
All of you are mesmerized. The intensity of the entire room screaming, ah! Is you see one guy just going, very mask oriented, smacks his head with a mallet. We see another person like their heart just, everyone freaking out as somebody steps onto the stage right after her. As the lights kind of go up and the music has died down, you see a very familiar face to at least one of you. Is Lefty the Clown gets to the microphone. It's much higher than what he is used to. So he takes the chair that's still there as Lucy kind of gets her things and walks off and picks up some dollar bills and walks off. And she's kind of holding her clothes that kind of get backed up from security that she's stripping as she walks off. All those were picked up. He kind of steps up onto the stool, brings the microphone still lower, and he goes, "Last call. If you hear in the next hour, well, just don't be." Lights go off, lights go back on suddenly, and Lefty is not on stage.
Alabaster. I don't mean... you know that trail of cloth that was hanging down from the railings that said could be from a clown. You think that
Yeah.
could be him? You think he could do that?
It's hard to know what the boss is always up to. I mean,
Oh, you know him.
yeah. That's my. He owns the place.
Oh, I hate clowns, dude. I didn't know they could own
Yeah.
places.
He's not a great stripper either. I mean,
Not?
he's just on there for a minute. Didn't take
Yeah.
anything off.
No show.
No
No present.
showmanship.
Well, if you don't think he could do it, then
I've never
I mean, I
seen
think he can do
a
it.
weirder.
I just don't know if he did it.
I've never seen
Boss
a
could
weirder
definitely do it.
form of racism than Jonathan Bravado not liking clowns. It's like I didn't even know they could hold jobs.
Yeah. The boss could definitely do it. I just don't know if he did or not. He usually lets us know before he's making a move like that.
Well, I guess if he didn't tell you, he didn't do it.
Yeah. I'd like to think so. You just see Alabaster thinking about that. But we need to get you a job here, right? I think you wanted to put on a little show.
Well, maybe not a job. I have what they tried to explain to me as a non-compete clause in my contract. They've tried to explain it, but I think it means I can't really work anywhere else. I just want to perform.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
hey, my
let's
lady.
not talk about that non-compete when we talk to Freddie. He'll worry about that.
Pickles. We had discussed something beforehand. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. 36.
36. Okay. What's everyone's passive perception?
30.
15.
30. What is it? What's
15.
JB's? 15. Okay. Pickles. Whatever we had talked about stuff, like whatever you kind of wanted to like steal or grab, it's now yours. So just kind of give me a message of what it is, and we'll see what happens after that.
Okay.
But you start to see the crowd kind of walking out as, I will say this, you're not seeing like necessarily a huge rush, but what you are seeing is not a single person is staying. When Lefty says something, I guess people listen because they are walking right the hell out. Now, of course, you still got your bartenders, you got your people who are local, and you do see some stragglers here and there, but they're definitely not the regular crowd. JB and Pickles probably don't know this, but Alabaster Jones would recognize these are members of the club, so to speak. People who may do nefarious acts outside of, just working the club or visiting the club. And as they kind of like trail out, do you guys follow with them? Do you kind of stay behind? What do you do?
I think we're gonna talk to like
We're gonna
Freddie,
see
right?
Freddie, yeah.
Okay, great. So you'd already kind of talked to the bartender and been like, hey, I wanted to talk to the boss. And the bartender walks up to you and he goes, hey, Freddie's free if you want to go back, and he's just in the back of the kitchen.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna bring my friends with me. Go see him.
Kid, I knew you wanted to see him. I wasn't aware that you wanted to bring everyone.
Yeah, he'll understand once we get back there.
All right, if you say so. Well, you kind of go to the back of the stage, and as you kind of go back the stage, and then as you kind of go that, you get right into where the bar is, because it's sort of like a wrap around. So therefore, like the backstage area is connected to the bar, so you have to like almost go on stage to get to the back of the bar. But as you kind of go there and trail out, and you go into the kitchen, you don't really see anyone. You see the people kind of cleaning up and looking around, but you don't see Freddie anywhere.
Would I know, like, just from interacting with him, does he mask himself in some way, or does this seem abnormal to me that I wouldn't see him in there if the bartender said he's back there?
Not abnormal at all. I would say that it's definitely something that, you know what, how about everyone give me a perception check, with disadvantage except for Alabaster Jones or AJ, however you guys want to.
So since I naturally have advantage, it would just be normal roll.
Just be normal roll, exactly.
I got that one.
I love that.
That one.
That one.
Got 32.
Jesus
28.
Christ. All
That
right,
one.
all right. All right, let me pull this up. Oh, of course, the one character that I needed, I didn't put it in the background. Where I'll get it there. But as you kind of see, Pickles, what did you have?
32.
32. And AJ, what did you have? Because I saw a nat 1. So, therefore, we don't have to worry about that one. But
I had a 28.
28. Okay. So, both two people succeed this. Johnny, you're naturally tall, right? You're what, 6'2", 6'3"? Is that accurate? How tall are you? How tall is Johnny now?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to Alabaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like 6'3". I think we said 6'3" last time.
6'3"? Okay, cool. So Johnny's naturally tall. For Pickles and AJ, it's easier to see something when it's close to the ground, right? And as you guys look down, you see a hand with fingers, with each like finger. And when I say finger, it's definitely fin-like, but for some reason it separates and you see rings on every single finger. And it goes, AJ, if you're gonna be in the room, you're gonna have to kiss the ring, as a little goldfish man wearing a sailor's outfit looks to AJ and goes, get down on one knee and kiss the ring, AJ.
I take a knee and this it sounds like with the height difference, crouch down with my long alligator snout, kiss each individual ring on the fish's fingers.
AJ, you know how to show your respect, and I appreciate that. Come, walk with me, talk with me. Who's your friends? Is he, as you see, there's like, usually there's like a step ladder for him. It's elongated like stairwell that he walks up just to get to the table and start like chopping vegetables in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just met these guys today, but I know they're fine to keep in company. They witnessed something today that I think you and the boss would want to hear about.
Well, do tell. Say something that, might tickle my little, fin, huh?
You know I only come with the good news. You know, Mr. Oh, shoot, I'm messing it up. Mr. Spotlight.
Of course, everybody knows Mr. Spotlight.
Well, you've seen what's been happening tonight, haven't you? Or you been here all night?
Well, I've been here all night. I had a couple meetings here and there, and I did my thing, but
Yeah.
I've been behind the scenes, cooking, chopping up, making sure people ain't sleeping with the fishes, because us fishes, we make good company. I wanted to make sure that they weren't in a. I want to make sure they were in a not. I'm stuttering here. I'm trying to impress your friends. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay, boss. You don't have to impress them. Well, I don't know how to put this other than that he is sleeping with the fishes. Mr. Spotlight. He's gone. He's toast.
What do you mean
6
he's
feet under.
toast?
We
AJ,
you remember
AJ, come on, that's a little I like fun and games and jokes and all kinds of things, but that's a little bit much, don't you think?
You've never seen an alligator smile, have you? I'm not joking with you.
Touche, AJ. Okay.
And here's the kicker though too that's freaking me out a little bit. We were out there for a audition, just us. Everyone else was gone. The Blues are trying to pin it on us. We got out of there, but there was clown scarves tied off from the railing. Not sure if the boss was in on this or not. I untied everything to make sure. Couldn't get pinned back on him.
Give me an insight check.
15.
15.
15.
Okay. You see a little bit of twitch on his eye, but but as he kind of looks at you and he goes, AJ, I couldn't see the boss wanting to do anything this despicable. I mean, you and me, how to put this? We're of a different sort than the boss. The boss, might run things and keep things running. But we're not the cream of the crop when it comes to his criminal organization. If he was gonna murder someone, I think people would know about it. And I ain't heard nothing.
And here's the thing, I know that about me and you too, but I don't want anyone putting this on the boss. You know what I mean? Making it look like it was him.
What? So you said that there was scoffs, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. There's loads of clowns out here, but most of them work in the offices. But if I saw some scoffs, I'd think the boss too. What happened there? Did you leave him behind?
Spotlight? Yeah. No, it got real hairy there for a bit. We barely got out.
No. The scarves that were hanging from the window, you said.
No, I untied them. They blew out in the wind.
Okay, go ahead and for the rest of this, I want you to roll every roll with advantage while you're in this club, okay? So we're gonna add this a little bit later on, but so now on, any criminal that you work with, you're going to get a +4 to all of your rolls. We're just going to do it an advantage for while you're here at the club, okay? So I'll add that as like a little thing for later on. Because I felt like, that was a good move to kind of cut the stuff last time. So we're going to add that into your character sheet a little bit. And he goes, AJ, no offense to your friends here, and I hope that there's none taken, but this isn't really talk to have among strangers. If it's okay with you, give me some time. Let me talk to the boss. Let me see what's going on, if it's all right with you.
Respect it. I just wanted to make sure you knew they're already in on this. I would hate to not bring them along just to talk to you.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And if Alabaster says that he couldn't do it or he wouldn't do it in that way, then I believe him because apparently we're friends.
Give me a persuasion roll.
JB or me?
This is going to be JB. -5 to whatever the roll is.
19 minus 5. 14.
He takes his cleaver and he throws it at you, and it clips your ear. And he goes, "Hey, when I'm talking, you don't talk. When you're around company of my caliber, you sit down and you shut up. Are we clear, Mr. Bravado, is it?"
Yeah, Bravados. Sorry, should I kiss your rings?
You can leave my sight, so to speak. And he takes a rag and he throws it at you, and he goes, "Go ahead and clean yourself up. I see you tinkled a little bit," as he walks away. As you kind of see like a slight kind of blood coming from your ear, it immediately goes and closes back up as if nothing happened.
Shit, that always hurts.
As he walks out the room, you hear as his flippers are like hitting like the floor. As you kind of walk away, you see the bodyguard that was outside, the big gorilla with the bow tie and suit, kind of goes and he goes, "Hey, AJ, boss sent me a message, said that you might need a room for tonight. You need a place to sleep?"
Yeah, I think we need to lay low here tonight. I need 3 beds tonight, actually. Me and my friends all need to stay here.
No problem. The boss, he's got a building on the side. You can't stay here, but he's got a building on the side that some of the higher class girls take some of the customers, if you know what I'm saying. You can stay in those rooms. Don't worry, they're clean.
All right. Hopefully not too clean. Keep 1 or 2 girl in there.
Okay, well, you know what? You're gonna have to pay for that, AJ. These ain't your girls. These are the boss's girls. And I don't know if you'd want, I don't know if he'd want you kind of messing with the customer products, so to speak.
All right, fair enough. I had to try.
AJ, you try what you want, and then he kind of shows you to a door to the side as he kind of takes you down to the jazz area, and it's just kind of like a back alley door. As you go into the back alley door, there's another large building that is nothing to really like. It's definitely just if you're walking down the street, you would ignore this building because there's no like signs, there's nothing on it. And as you kind of walk through like a side door of the building, walk up a couple stairs, he points in. He goes, "There's 3 rooms right there. The 2 rooms on the left, the back of the hall. All 3 of you can probably find a bed there. And then there's 1 floor up, only room available. It's slightly bigger, but the bed's a little lumpy. So y'all choose where you want to go. I gotta get some Z's. I gotta be here in the morning too. So I'm gonna hit the head, so to speak. It was good talking to you all, though."
Yeah. Thanks for getting us over here. And in true Mafia Osa fashion, I'm gonna palm him a little bit of $2. Whatever.
Okay.
Like, what would buy you like a couple drinks in $2? Like 10,
Okay.
50? Like, what's the economy
So-
like here?
The economy in $2 is a little bit different. There is as much as you would kind of like imagine when it comes to tunes, money is a little bit flippant. It's also about respect and stuff like that. You're well known in this group. You could hit 3 $2 and get 3 drinks sent. But will they be sent to all 3 of you if you're trying to get drinks to the group? No, you'd have to get more for him to like bring you guys drinks. But if you're just kind of paying him as like a little bit of a respect hand thing,
Yeah, I'm giving him 10 $2 then.
Okay, you kind of slide him 10. He goes, "AJ, I appreciate it," and he kind of
Enjoy
takes
your
that
night.
and thanks. Go ahead and write this name down. His name is Monkey Business.
Sure it is. Okay. I love that.
As you all kind of like head to your rooms, which rooms are you staying in? Again, there are 2 conjoining rooms on the 2nd floor, and then there's 1 above it on the 3rd floor. It is to kind of talk about how the rooms are. It's literally like 2 rooms with a conjoining door, like you'd have in a hotel, and then the one above it, you are sharing a ceiling and a floor. So you are not far apart, but you are at least a floor apart.
I think I instinctually take the one that's on top, unless any of them unless Pickles or JB try to take that one.
Okay. You can, you're more than welcome to write this down. You don't have to write it down. This is called the Towers, Toon Towers. Okay. This is this place is essentially the most seedy hotel out there. Let me make sure one thing beforehand, because I want to make sure I have a consistency with all of my names and stuff. I got to write all of my stuff down. But yeah, okay. So Toon Towers is its name. Now I want to be clear. There's a famous Toon Tower, right? We kind of talked about it the last episode. Toon Tower is the Space Needle, is the Washington Monument. It's these combinations of these tall monuments in America that are kind of drawn together in a toon-like fashion, all kind of smorgasbord, and that's going to be in the park. That is going to be a Wigglytown Park. This is named after that Toon Tower, but it's supposed to be something that's a little bit more seedy, right? This is a place where everyone kind of talks about it. The most nefarious of things happen here at Toon Towers. It's 4 floors. Your first floor is your lobby, and then, of course, the 2 floors that you guys are on. To describe the rooms that you are all in, Alabaster, I'm going to describe yours. Your room is a lot bigger, and it's a little bit nicer than Pickles or JB's. I would definitely call it the master suite if we were going to say something like that. And it is disgusting. I'm talking the bed has springs coming out. It has the floors look like they should have holes in it, but they're just not right there yet, even though there's definitely like stains of water damage. It is horrible here. Pickles, JB, your rooms are pretty similar other than a door kind of conjoining. One, they're much smaller, and instead of a bed, it's kind of like, to call it a bed would be definitely giving it a compliment. This is a mattress on the floor.
Oh, this looks great.
Hey, this is better than my digs.
I also love that this is where he said we take the nice ladies and customers. I'd love to see where we take the really
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna go up to Alabaster's room and just knock on his door.
Okay. You knock on AJ's door.
Or I guess what I presume to be his door.
AJ,
Okay.
do you answer?
Yeah, I'll go answer it.
Hey, Alabaster.
Hey, I know we just met. I'm not just not into guys. Like, I appreciate you coming out, like, up here, and like I get it, the high stress tonight, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm not really into crocodiles either, so
Yeah. whatever you have to say to feel better, I get it. It's okay.
yeah, not into you like that. Make that clear. If we're going to continue this working relationship, there's no harbored interest from me, unless
Good.
you
I'm
want
glad
to
you
feel my
I'm
pecs.
glad you got over it quickly. All right,
If you want to feel my pecs, you can always cop a feel.
maybe another time.
Here's my enthusiastic consent now to do it whenever. I love it. But that meeting with that fish dude didn't really go so well for me.
Yeah, I want to say it was the best job interview I've seen.
Yeah.
I hope your audition was better.
Do you think he'll let me? He seemed like he hated me, dude.
He is a quick, he's quick to get angry. He doesn't hold a grudge. He got the anger out.
Yeah.
You just gotta look pretty. Come back tomorrow. Maybe don't talk as much.
I really didn't talk as much as I used to. You know I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Give me an
Maybe-
insight roll, AJ, about your boss. Just
Okay.
because you're kind of talking about him, I think that you know a lot more about him. You might kind of understand why he would have
Sure.
thrown something.
18?
18. Your boss has a hard time with tunes that look human.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So you and Pickles are cool, and there's but any tune that looks a bit human, he has a little bit of an issue with. Now you can tell JB if you want about that, or Pickles.
Yeah.
You can tell anybody if you don't
Well,
want.
the other thing I was thinking about too, the more I thought about it, is the boss, you know how I look, you know how Pickles look, and you know how you look, right? And this,
hot.
yeah, sure, we can say that. So the way he sees it is you look a little too much like, humans, and he doesn't love that. But he's still a businessman, so like he'd still take you, to work, that's fine, but he's not gonna want to hear from you too much. So tomorrow maybe, get yourself, dolled back up, and I'll do the talking for you.
Okay, cool. I've practiced, looking cute, staying quiet a lot. I'm good
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, good. That's a good talent to have.
I'll do my best, but
Okay.
I'll leave all my talking on the pole. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, it is.
As you guys kind of have your business back and forth, Pickles, you're back in your room. What is your thoughts over the time that you've had with the three? Do you have any motivations? Anything you kind of want to do while you're there? Or you're just like, long day, time to sleep?
I'm getting the computer out of my bag and I'm gonna
Okay.
plug it in.
Okay. There is no working electricity in here.
Oh no. Well, this is terrible.
No,
What do
Don't
I
like
got here? Let me see. Do I got any?
Everything seems to be like you can see there's candles in the room that you can light, but it seems like in these particular rooms there's not like any real electricity. If there is electricity at some point, maybe they shut it off, maybe there's a main power, but in these rooms it's you're only lit by the from the lights outside.
All right. Trying to decide if he would even stay there because his dog's at home, and the cops never saw.
No. Now I don't know anything about because I tried not to look too much into your character sheets until I found I was like, okay, I want to make things challenging and stuff like that. But I wanted to make sure, is your dog, is it like a summon? Is it a familiar? Or is it truly like an animal or anything? Because you can, if it's something like that, you're more than welcome to try to summon it, anything you want to do.
Hold on, I'm reading. No, it's like a real thing. It's called the Steel Defender.
Okay, so it's
commands and stuff like that.
All right, cool. So yeah, you could definitely leave. You could book it out of here, abandon these two.
Well, I'm at least gonna go back to my place, which is just above the shop where the mechanic shop.
That's right. So in your own words, because I don't want to take any creativeness away from you, what is the shop's name?
Um,
And if I have to name it, don't worry. I just didn't know if you didn't want to take it away from you.
No, I don't think we talked about it, so no, I don't have one.
Okay, we're gonna call it. Let's find cartoon tune-ups. There we go.
All right.
That's fun, right? And it's playful. So, you do you duck out without them knowing? Because they're in a. All right, so you duck out.
One thing I want to do before I leave is I want to make, because as an artificer I can do this, I'm going to make a little thing that's just the sound of me snoring, and it just repeats over and over.
Okay, so you kind of place that on the bed or on a table, and you snoring.
Somewhere close to the door. This way, if they come up to the door, they'll hear it.
Okay, cool. So you kind of duck out, and I will say, to kind of look at the map, because I have it kind of drawn out a little bit, a cartoon tune-ups is not close to this. In fact, it's mostly close to a residential area where there's really a lot of very famous people are here. But you see the shop, and it's pretty standard and simple. It's a small garage with 2 garage doors to the side, and in the back there's 2 driveways you can come tune up on vehicles, and then right above it there's a stairwell on the side that you kind of walk up. You kind of go into this apartment. I can't remember, did we describe what your apartment looks like?
No, I figured it'd be something really small.
I remember we discussed that it was incredibly tiny, very, very frugal, right? But if I'm not mistaken, to kind of give myself a little bit of creative license. In this, we see not a lot going on in Pickle's room, but what we do see is little knickknacks that he's palmed from people and pilfered. You see maybe old radio parts around that you're tinkering with, and not just human radios, tune radios that you're kind of working with and trying to understand a little bit more. So as you kind of walk in, you see your robot dog sitting there, I guess in his hibernation mode, sleeping.
Okay. I feel Pickles feels a little bit more relief because knowing that he made it home okay and got inside and everything. He sets his bag down. He's gonna take all the parts of the computer and just kind of clear a spot and just set it up. But then he's just gonna kind of walk over to the bed and pass out anyways because it's been kind of a long day.
As you kind of lay down, you hear. Give me what's your passive perception again? I know it's pretty high.
32.
Okay. On a 30, with a 32, you hear the steps outside. Something is going up them. Give me a perception roll now that you're kind of listening. Give me a perception roll. If it is above a 25, I'll tell you what the steps sound like.
Okay. 36.
36. It sounds like a wagon being pulled up a stairwell.
Does my door open in?
It opens in, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just walk over to the door. I'm gonna take my immovable rod and open it and put it against the door just to make sure if there's something tries to come in the door they can't.
Okay. You hear slightly a key kind of going into the door and turning the handle. And as it turns to be unlocked, you kind of move and it's just like who's in there? Wait. I'll call the blues if you don't come out. Tex don't do with this kind of tomfoolery. It's been a long night.
I'll take the immovable rod and open the door. Like, Tex, I saw you getting taken away. I'm surprised. What happened?
Tex picks you up and gives you a huge bump. Oh, boss! I didn't think I'd see you again. Oh, it's so power down. He's overexcited. Powers down immediately.
I'm gonna kind of just look and make sure nobody followed him.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, give me an investigation check.
Okay. I mean, either way, it's a 34 investigation.
Oh my god. I was playing with like characters to try to get rolls like that and could not figure out how to do it. I was like, Jesus, I gotta figure this out. But as you're kind of going through and seeing the steps and his wheels and trying to look for if anybody's following him, you don't necessarily see any tracks behind him. It definitely seems like there's just one wheel that's, you can tell that there's a little bit of a wobble in it as it's going. Tex has obviously been hurting. He's in pain, which is strange for a tune.
Okay. But there's no cars like sitting around that just seem out of place here. Nothing driving by.
Nothing that you notice, no.
Okay, I'll pull him. I'll make sure you do my best to make sure he's inside all the way. Shut the door, and I'm gonna put the immovable rod back against the door. This way, it can't be opened.
Okay. All right. So you kind of lay down and you're ready to kind of go to bed, I assume, at this point, right?
Yeah.
AJ, JB, what do you guys do? Are y'all still talking back and forth? Y'all go to your respective rooms and lay down?
I'm actually going to cast Sending.
Okay.
And I'm going to send a message to Ruby Willow.
All right. What's the
And
message say?
The message says, "Hey, sweet cheeks. Posting up in Toon Tower's room, and I give her the room number. Come see me if you need your Johnny fix. -JB."
You get a message back. Ew, gross. Don't ever call me sweet cheeks.
That went well.
You also, as you kind of now give me, no, I'm not gonna do that yet. So you guys go to sleep after that?
I want to. What time is it? Would it make sense that most normal people are probably asleep at this point?
It's right around midnight.
Okay.
The
I'm gonna
close
try
a
to
little bit
cast-
early.
Cast Dream on the detective that was at Spotlight Studio. If he's asleep, it works if he's asleep. It doesn't if he's not.
Let me look up Dream just to make sure that. I will say this. There is a chance that he is awake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a pure luck check. You
so
want
what's
low
whatever you say.
numbers. He is asleep.
Okay.
as the target. So
I'm not surprised he'd go to sleep with that spell being cast on him for 24 hours where he has to find the killer.
Yeah, true. I guess he found it already.
okay, he is asleep. Do I have any rolls that I can say for it?
No, because I'm not trying to cause any harm with it. If I was, then yes, I believe.
Got it. So he is asleep. I don't know if you know where he is necessarily, but he is asleep and you can go in his dreams.
Yeah, so I can shape the environment of his dreams. I want it to be like a really nice, like cozy, loungy kind of like room with a lit fireplace, 2 leather-bound chairs, very relaxed.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in one, and I want him, and he has a chair pulled up too, so he's sitting down next to me, and we have, glasses of whiskey next to us, and cigars, and little bits of food next. So a very comfortable environment.
Okay. He kind of sits there in the dream, and he doesn't really notice you yet. He sits there with a cigarette in his hand, and 1 second, because I can't remember if you guys got to take a glimpse of him before. If so,
We did, but he's
good.
cool looking.
So he has a cigarette in his hand, and you can see some ashes on his mustache as he kind of like wipes them away, and he reaches for the whiskey as he looks up, and he sees the tip of your nose. As he jumps up and he pulls for his gun, and he goes and he trains it right onto your head.
So I can shape the environment, so now it's a banana.
Okay, he doesn't realize it's a banana, and he's like
Okay.
right on top of you, and he goes, "We meet again, Mr. Alabaster Jones."
That we do. If you're so sure of yourself, pull that trigger.
He pulls the trigger, and the banana slips out and lands right at your feet. He goes, "What the hell? You and that tune shit. If I wasn't married to a tune, I swear to God, I'd take all of you out if I could."
Don't let her hear you saying that.
I'm always on the job. We don't get to see each other too much. He sits at the table, seeming now. Are you trying to scare him? Are you trying to have any effect on him at all?
No, I just want to talk to him about the investigation. I want to see if I can gain any intel from him that we missed since we left early.
Okay. He sits down and he goes, "I'm gonna do an insight roll on him. Is there any? Give me an Arcana check." Okay.
14.
14. Okay, matches it. So he is going to sort of, and I'm not correct me if he can't notice, but he starts to piece things together and know some situational things. He starts to realize, you in my dream?
I am. Clearly, you're having a little rest right now.
He takes the whiskey and he goes, "If I'm not mistaken, you've given me a pretty sweet digs here. So I'm
His glass
thinking
is,
that
like,
you're not
full again after he drinks it down.
starting to think that maybe you're not here to kill me."
Pretty perceptive of you. I can see why you've risen up the ranks at LAPD.
Ranks. I would say I'm as high as they'll ever let me get, but detective's all I ever really wanted to be. Not really looking to make captain anyways.
No, I know. I know you're a man of the people.
What can I do for you, Mr. Alabaster Jones? Couldn't wait to talk to me when I finally arrested you?
But you guys came in all hot. You didn't give us a chance to talk there, really. I just wanted to
You
see
did-
what you learned from your investigation. See if we can help you out. You're looking at the wrong people.
An open investigation. You think that I'm gonna tell you anything about the crime scene? Especially, you were there. You saw what you saw.
Yeah, I did. That seems to me that you'd probably want to ask me a couple questions, too. I figured a little quid pro quo right now. No one has to know in our dreams. You asked
Give me
me
a
a question,
persuasion
I
roll
asked you one.
with. Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
First one's 35.
Okay.
Second one is treated as a 10 plus 17, so 27.
27. Okay. He looks at you and he goes, "Fair enough. Why'd you kill him?" Drinks the whiskey.
I drink mine too. That's such a waste of your first question. I already told you we didn't kill them.
Well, you never know. Sometimes the most direct questions are the way that you get the right answers. So you didn't kill him. Then who did?
Hey, you already asked your question. It's my turn now. What else did you find after we left?
We found a couple stolen pieces of art, some tomb antiquities, so to speak. We're seeing, hopefully, none of them were too impressive. The only one that we know for a fact is gone that has any sort of real power is we noticed that a magnifying glass with a pocket watch attached to it is missing. Alongside that, a couple documentations missing. To be fair, the only thing that we saw was the fact that he was strangled with some kind of cord.
That's kind of what we were piecing together too before you all burst in.
Now you've asked your question, I'm going to ask mine. Our sources say that you were there for an audition. This isn't my question, but correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So, you were there for an audition. My next question is this. Why run if you had nothing to hide?
You know what line of business I'm in. You know it's
True.
not good for me to be tangled up with a blue. We could have left there with a lot more, let's say, injury to you and your team. We didn't, as a courtesy to you. You came in pointing a gun at us, cuffed us right away. What were we supposed to do? Clear
Fair
hatred for
enough.
tunes, a couple of tunes here.
He lights a cigarette. And he goes, before you ask your question, this could all go away pretty quickly if you come to the station. Tell me where you are. We'll meet up. See if we can have a little quid pro quo in person.
You know we can't do that. We might be willing to meet somewhere not the station, but we're not coming down there.
He takes a final drag of the cigarette and he goes, have any place that you'd like to meet?
Yeah, and I'm gonna name somewhere I know in town that feels very nondescript.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a couple names at you and you tell me where you want to go. Now, you know this place. You obviously have your own home, which is close to
A place
the
comes
Black
to
and
mind
Rainbow Room.
actually. Chad, I'm gonna suggest the I know a real nondescript place here that won't raise any suspicion. A couple blues in there too, because I know they frequent it often. Let's meet at the Dripping Lollipop. I'm sure you know the place.
Is that a stab at me?
Or a stab at the blue.
He give me an insight check.
17.
On a 17, you notice he starts to reach for his gun again, obviously not there. On a base reaction, he goes, pick somewhere else. Or do you know something that I'm not sure that you are aware of?
I'm gonna lean into this that I know something about him. So I'm gonna say, hey, I hear it's a great place. I want to make sure somewhere that you know too, so you don't have to look it up how to get there.
He leans in close and he goes, I never realized that my wife would be sleeping with a crocodile. Reptile. I always thought it was a snake, but I never realized it was a reptile. A real reptile. Huh. He takes another drag and he goes, we're done here. You can find yourself a way out of my dream.
I end it by saying,
Yeah.
which one's your wife? There's so many. And then I fade out of the dream.
Oh, you son of a bitch! He starts to try to go after you as you fade out of the dream. And we see Alabaster Jones. You're taking a snooze. And then...
In a much nicer mansion, by the way, that I magically conjured up than the room, just so you know.
Oh, okay. You've kind of created a mansion for yourself where
Yes.
everyone else is in these dingy, nasty areas. You're in like a 5-star suite because
Yeah.
of, if I'm not mistaken, you have the one spell that we used before in one of our other
Yeah.
campaigns, right? Yeah. So, describe this, because I feel like if you were to make a mansion from one character to this character, I feel like this character's mansion is going to be very unique, and I just want to hear the description. Like, what does a crocodile pimp's own personal mansion look like?
Oh, there's gold chalices with Hennessy running everywhere. Actually, as you walk in, there's a Henny fountain. There's
Luxury.
purple fur kind of lines the walls. There's actually a room that is just furry purple walls. One room has 1,000 things of baby oil, apparently, for some reason.
Oh my god! What a reference! Ugh.
What a reference.
Eh.
No, there's actually not, because Alabaster doesn't partake in the merchandise, so there's not that room.
So gross.
Yeah. It actually is probably reminiscent of the dream that he just conjured up with a detective.
Okay, but maybe a little bit of not so much like there's not a classiness to it. There's definitely much more of like there's a gaudiness to.
It's
this
gaudy,
mansion, I
and as you get
suppose.
further back, it's nicer than he feels like he deserves.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, the night becomes long as it turns into day.
Ruby didn't come?
Ruby did not come to
Roll a luck check.
the most. She didn't come. Anyways,
What was it, Chad?
Yeah.
I didn't even look. I'll be honest with you. So anyway, I'll roll a luck check, and we'll see if she liked your little compliment. Deal? She didn't. That was just nice of me. That was good. I like that. I rolled an 8. So, on that, you guys all wake up, but I'm gonna have you guys wake up at different times. Go ahead and roll me a d20 to see who wakes up first. We'll kind of quit looking at Clint's beautiful face. I feel jealous of an AI creation.
18.
18.
Now, what did I roll? Let's see, pop up. Oh, did mine not? 17.
17. All right. And Pickles?
9.
9. Okay. So who rolled the highest on that one? I think that was JB, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I probably never went to sleep, just waiting for
No.
Ruby to come.
Okay. So we see JB with his eyes so sunken in from staying up all night. Usually staying up all night, JB's used to that. But because you
I only had my thoughts.
you only had your thoughts, you only had this it's been a little bit, we could see kind of the dark rings under your eye as you kind of get ready for the day in this kind of nasty, dingy room. What's the first thing that you do?
This is like the Four Seasons Orlando compared to my digs. Probably take a shower.
Okay, there's no running water.
Okay, cool. I'll just prep myself in the mirror then, trying to get my pompadour all slick and ready to go. Probably just like licking my hands, making sure my armpits aren't gross, and then doing like 50 to 100 push-ups.
Yeah, fair enough. All done within probably a span of 30 seconds. Johnny, despite staying up all night, if anything, looks a little bit hotter just because, like, every girl likes a bad boy, and you are a little bit disheveled at this moment.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
all pompadour, but it is a one piece. It's just
Yeah.
hanging down here.
What was that? I can't even remember his name. The guy from One Direction who got fired. Zayn, where they had that one piece and everyone was like writing comments on it.
Wait, let's set the record straight. He didn't get fired.
Oh, did I hit a nerve? Hold on.
You did. And you did. Don't ever say
My
that
bad.
again.
He left. My bad. He took he left
With
the
his
most
solo
successful
career.
band probably of all time. You know, that's everyone
And
knows
had
that.
his own and is having his own successful career. But yes, he was the hottest and he did have that piece.
You look hot. He looks hot. Everyone's pretty.
And no one got fired.
And no one got fired. AJ, you kind of pop up and you're awake, but as you're kind of waking up, give me, what's your passive perception?
30.
30? Okay, you notice a small note gets slid under your door.
Okay. I go pick it up to read it.
You go to read it, and as you do, you notice there's nothing written on the paper inside. There's an envelope. It's definitely been sealed, but in it, it looks like, like notebook paper that someone has folded and put in, but there's nothing on it.
Yeah. I use. Have I seen this before, or is this just seems weird to me?
Seems weird.
Okay. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay. You cast a spell
Yeah,
magic as words start to appear on the page. Every word is gotcha, ha 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 ha, scapegoat, ha 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 ha. Like, literally, it looks like the writings of a mad person. Just ha ha ha, gotcha, 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 gotcha. And it's on both sides of this piece of paper.
Okay.
Give
I flip it over. Go ahead.
Give me an investigation roll.
Sure. 7.
You notice nothing else about the page other than
I eat it.
obviously maniacal. You eat it,
Yeah.
eat it, swallow it, gone.
It's not a problem if it's gone.
Disappeared.
Yep.
Alabaster Jones,
Solves
what do
problems.
you do?
I first locate object on Lucky to make sure he's out there making me some money.
Okay. You do locate object.
Not detective, he's okay.
Yeah, that too.
You get locate object on Lucky. What is an object on him that you're necessarily looking for? Something that's on him.
I gave him this watch when he first started working for me that I told him because we're just such good buddies and I'm so proud of him that I was giving this to him. And every day I check on him, I locate this object.
You glimpse into, and you see just kind of like a little bit of an image in your mind, and you see this baby with a cigar in his mouth. When I say get on the corner, you get on the corner, and that's all you see.
I feel awful playing this character, but
But that's what you see of Lucky.
okay. Yeah, if that's the case, I'm happy that he's out there earning. So I'm gonna get up and I'll probably get out of the room and maybe start checking to see if my new friends are up and about.
Okay.
Make sure they're not getting in more trouble with the boss.
You as you kind of go downstairs, the first room you pass is Johnny's. He's had a conversation with you. You probably know which one each person is staying in. Do you go into Johnny's room first and knock on his door, or do you go to Pickles' room?
I'm assuming if they're next to each other, right?
They're right next to each other, a conjoined door.
So I'm
On
guessing
the inside of the
what
room,
I've
though.
heard, I would hear snoring still from Pickles, and I would
Yes.
hear vigorous exercising in JB's.
Yes.
Well, as the dick that my character is, I'm probably gonna go bang on the door of the one that I think's sleeping instead.
Okay, you bang on the door as loud as you can. Pickles, you are rising in your own apartment, completely separate from the other people. What do you do as you look up and you see your dog jumps up on you and is just like, "Ruff, ruff," so excited to see you, licking your face, and it kind of hurts because it's just metal, like kind of wet metal touching you. But Tex is still in the corner, powered down.
All right. First thing I'll do, of course, I just kind of pet the dog and pull him down. Like, oh, I got some stuff I gotta do today, and you're gonna have to stay here, and you and Tex is gonna have to just watch over the apartment. I can't have you with me. It could be dangerous.
He completely understands, and he goes outside to let out some oil.
I'm gonna take that jug that I had the honey in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to have it fill with 4 gallons of beer.
Okay.
Even though it's
You have
only,
beer in your
looks-
apartment? Oh, no, because you can... Got it.
it magically fills with it.
Yeah,
And it only looks like it can only hold 1 gallon, but it's full of 4 gallons.
got it.
And then... do I have any food? I'd probably eat a ration, just something quick.
Okay.
And then just head back to where I knew they were.
Pickles pulls out a pickle and a beer and has that for his morning
Pickle?
breakfast.
Breakfast of champions.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Actually, give me a perception roll. It's going to be low. You're only going to need to hit a 10, so I think that you're going to hit that no matter what.
Yeah. 31.
Okay. You hit 10. You notice on Tex there's a bunch of dents and exposed wiring on his chest and head. Give me an investigation roll.
Okay. Am I looking at? I'm looking for something.
You're looking specifically for
But I'm
what's
looking-
caused this damage.
Okay, so yeah, I get advantage. 29.
On a 29, you're seeing these dents and has been made by some type of blunt object. It looks like he's been beaten pretty hard.
Okay. I'm
And
going
the punctures look almost like, not even like punctures. It looks like he's been hit so hard it's put a crack in the metal.
Okay, I'm going to take a couple minutes and just go over all of them casting mending.
Okay. You mend him, the dents start to pop up and the wires kind of go in, and he starts to like come back up. He's like, oh, boss! Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you! As oil leaks down his face. I didn't think I'd ever see you again, boss!
Well, yeah, I was worried. I saw the cops. Do you know who did what? What happened to you last night after you got taken away?
Oh, boss, it was a tragedy. I went in and they started asking me questions, and I didn't know what questions to answer too quick. They were asking them all at once, and they started getting mad, and they put me in this cell, and then he truly starts to, obviously there's a comical side to this, but there definitely has been some like police brutality kind of going on here.
Well, I've made some new friends, so I'm gonna go meet up with them. I need you to stay here with Gumbo. Make sure he's safe. Just try to relax and make sure you're okay. I think I got you all fixed up for the most part. I'm gonna go meet these back up with my new friends, and somebody might have to get hurt a little bit. Do you know? You know what? I'll find out that later. You just get over and just kind of sit in the corner, relax. If somebody comes in here, how to take care of them.
Got it, boss. I'll make sure it happens. Here, and he pulls out a pager and he gives it to you, and he goes, "If you need to reach me, you can just call here. I'll find a payphone or something. I swear."
All right. All right. He gives me a pager to.
He has his own pager. He gives you a pager so that you can reach him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take that, and if I need anything, I'll send you to let you know. But
go ahead and put in your item list a pager, and this pager only has one number preloaded into it, and it literally says text.
Okay.
Now, you are completely separate from your other party members. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time to kind of describe what you do, where you go, and if you even if you go back to them, fine. But if you decide to do something crazy and not go that way, what do you want to do?
No, I'm going to head back that way, but I want, while I'm going that way, I'm going to watch around me. I want to look for anybody just kind of watching me, or anybody that was watching my, where text came into, cops, anybody that could be an undercover cop, anybody that's I pass. I just kind of want to look them up and down good and see if I notice anybody that seems out of place.
I rolled a nat 20, and go ahead and roll me your passive perception's so high.
Yeah.
As you're walking, you don't notice anyone necessarily following you, but you do notice eyes start to kind of look, and you are definitely getting a little bit of, there's some attention that you're drawing from just everyone. Everyone seems to be looking you up and down as you kind of walk.
Okay. Do I notice anything different about myself, or just people?
Nothing specific about yourself. You're fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna, if I notice anybody following me besides people just watching me up and down. Let me see. I want to get all these people looking at me. I'm gonna try to get dive into duck into a an alleyway and try to hide real quick.
Okay, you duck inside of an alleyway. Give me a stealth roll, or stealth roll. Give me the roll. Give me a stealth roll.
22.
On a 22, you duck behind in an alley behind a dumpster. And in the dumpster, when you kind of duck behind, there's a moment of silence. And outside, you hear the dumpster kind of open up suddenly, and you see what looks to be some kind of mouse-like character with a bottle, I could have been something, and then goes right back into the dumpster.
All right. Then I'm just going to cast invisibility on myself if I feel I got a high passive perception, so I was sure I would notice somebody around. If I don't notice anybody around, I'm just going to cast invisibility on myself and then make my way to where they're at.
You go? Apologize. You cast the invisibility and you walk that way. AJ, JB, you are... JB in the room, AJ knocking on the door, snoring, and you hear snoring. As you kind of knock a couple times, you notice that nobody's coming to the door.
The deep sleeper. All right, I'll go over to JB's room then and knock.
You knock on JB's door.
Ooh, I knew there was going to be room service. And I throw open the door.
And on the other side, not room service.
Alabaster, are you bringing the English muffins, the full English breakfast.
Yeah, maybe we can grab some breakfast if you want.
Oh,
You-
it's
you
not included.
included.
Well, it's a great looking hotel. It's it's like a 5-star hotel up in here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can get breakfast. I don't know if it's included with the hotel, but maybe back at the club they have breakfast.
Yeah. I just need to eat keep up my 5,000 calories a day. Keep eating protein.
Okay.
No days off.
Yeah. Well, we'll get some breakfast. Were you just working out, or
Oh,
you have a lady here? What was going on? You're a little sweaty.
I mean, I wish I had a lady over here. I mean, I am seeing this woman, but she's kind of married right now. But no, she didn't come over last night. I was just throwing in a quick morning workout. 7 more to go today.
Does AJ know where Jonathan Bravados works?
Yeah, the dripping water pop.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if Jonathan had mentioned it to you, or if you would know.
Yeah, in the
before.
first.
I think I
session,
did because
thought.
Okay,
because I was
cool.
trying to strip.
Give
Yeah.
me you know what? I'm not gonna say any role. Kind of take it how you want to take that. Kind of thinking about, but as you kind of go on, you hear a door kind of open behind you from the hallway entrance into, and you see Monkey Business kind of come out with his big gorilla arms, and he goes, AJ, your friends and you, boss wants to talk to you downstairs.
Yeah, we can go see him. Let me get my my other friend. He's
Hey,
a deep sleeper.
real
Let
quick,
me go.
AJ, big boss. Just
Oh,
letting you know.
okay. I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. And he leaves.
Did that seem a bit more ominous than Monkey
Give me
Business?
an
does
insight roll.
usually? With that name, he just sounds so whimsical all the time. 21.
On a 21, while a very whimsical guy, definitely seems to be he's hinting at the big boss doesn't necessarily he talks to you. AJ and the big boss, which I think that you kind of put 2 and 2 together who the big boss is, have a relationship. There's definitely there's a friendship there. Or if anything, if not even a friendship, maybe a mentorship of some kind. But it's not like him to send someone else to come and tell you that he wants to speak to you. If he's going to speak to you, he's going to find you and kind of talk to you and be like, hey, I want to kind of chit chat. But now there's, so to speak, there's kind of a paper trail that he's like, I'm talking to Alabaster Jones now. The fact that he's went
Yeah.
through somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, JB, we should probably get over to the club. The big boss wants to talk. I don't like to keep him waiting.
And the big boss is the clown dude.
Yeah. Big boss is just a term of respect. I know he's not big, but you know what I mean.
Got it. Because I'm much bigger than him.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't tell him that. I don't think he'd love to hear that. But yes, now I get what you're saying.
Okay, cool. There's no water in there. How do I smell?
I'm gonna give a sniff. Any con save I need to make, or is it fine?
Go ahead and give me a con save. We'll see what happens. If you make a save, smells good. If it's bad, so DC 20.
Oh, 17.
On a 17, JB smells. You've smelled wet dog before.
Sure.
This is if that wet dog did a backflip into some mud.
Okay. I'm gonna say, you got a musk about you that I think chicks would dig. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to make him smell a bit better.
Okay.
So he sounds like rich mahogany and leather-bound books.
My musk! My nephew musk!
As you kind of walk away, and I assume you're kind of leaving Pickles in his room, right?
I'm gonna knock one more time, and then if he's not in there, I'm gonna leave him because I wouldn't want to keep the big boss waiting.
Okay, you knock on the door, nobody answers. So you kind of walk away, or do you go inside the door to check on him?
Oh, have you been knocking at his door for a while?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear him snoring from here. He's clearly sleeping.
Yeah, he's been doing
Maybe.
that all night.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little guy. I mean, high energy. He's probably just tuckered out. I mean, let's just let him sleep, maybe, and then we'll come back after the talk to the big boss.
Okay. Should we leave a note to let him know?
Sure. I don't have any paper.
I'm not really good at writing. I didn't need to
Yeah.
get taught.
I mean, I had paper. I had a note, but I don't have it now. I don't have a pen, so
Where'd it go?
well, it's gone. I mean, that's all that matters. So,
What note?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's important or not, but there was a note under my door this morning that when I opened it, it had nothing on it, which seemed weird to me. I don't get a lot of notes that have nothing on it, and in the line of business we're at, people like to send messages a lot, so got rid of some of the funky business on it, and then it just was laughing at me and saying scapegoat, gotcha, laughing. Flipped it over, said the same thing. Flipped it over again to see if it said anything different. Still said it. Didn't love it, so I ate it.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, logical choice.
Doesn't really sound like it means anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think Pickles. He's a smart, whatever he is. He'll find us, so we're good.
Okay, cool.
As you guys walk off and kind of make your way back into the club, it's definitely empty. There's some people cleaning up, some spills, making things up. The only life that's kind of sitting is at the piano bar, and it's really easy because every step that Lefty takes is a squeak, like a horn, like as he's kind of talking to the rest of his crew, so to speak.
I'm going to use Prestidigitation to give me back some of my musk smell.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Okay. You give yourself back some of your musk. And do you guys walk up to the piano lounge where he's like talking to the crew?
I'm gonna turn to JB and say, hey, you saw Freddy yesterday. Lefty doesn't have the same feelings with tunes that look like you, but
Oh, so I can speak?
well, I would probably just stay here. Boss doesn't really like a lot of people that doesn't know talking next to him.
Okay.
I mean, up to you. I would recommend maybe staying here real quick.
Hey, for my new friend, anything. I'll stay here.
All right.
Anyone
Now,
I
you said
can
you're
talk-
hungry, right?
Oh, very.
I'm gonna cast Wish, my 9th level spell. I'm gonna bring out a sandwich and give it to her.
No wish.
What a way to use a wish. All right.
Yeah.
You burn a 9th level spell slot.
What's the sandwich?
Yeah, I mean it's a great sandwich. It's like Scooby-Doo comical sandwich, ginormous.
That's awesome.
Layers of bread, lettuce, stick meats, just obnoxiously big.
Man, I dap you up. This is the best thing anyone's
Just
ever
straight, yeah.
done for me. Anything's ever done for me.
Yeah.
Whoa! And I just go hammering at it. It'll keep me occupied. It's like a dog toy.
You walk up the stairs. Immediately, you see Lefty kind of notice you and kind of puts a hand up, kind of letting you know, kind of stay there. I'll be with you in a second.
Yeah.
You kind of
Stay there.
you kind of maybe even take a seat at the bar where is he kind of talking. Everyone's sitting around while he's on the stage, and he's sitting on a chair that his feet don't touch the ground.
Mhm.
But he has this energy that everybody is listening to him. He goes, all right, boys. Look, we've had our fun for the past few days. We've made some money. We've done some good, but I want to do some good stuff with it, all right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take it down to the Left Shoe Orphanage. See if we can help those guys out. There's lots of people there that don't have right shoes. I don't know why these cartoonists were always drawing us those homeless people with only one shoe. They've stepped on so many tacks. We want to make sure that they're kind of helped out. And make sure definitely that we kind of put a cog in the anvil situation. Because if I see another baby cartoon smashed by an anvil, I'm going to be pissed, y'all. So go out there, use some of this money, make some good things happen. We are clear. Everybody in here is different sizes, all tunes, right? They are all different types of tunes that you're kind of seeing. None of them look criminal, so to speak. A lot of them look kind of, in the sense of tunes, normal. You know, they don't have kind of any monikers of thinking they're bad. In fact, some of them are human. And they all kind of go, yeah, boss, we got you. And they all kind of stand up and they walk out and they kind of do. Some of them pass you. Some go out the side exit, walk down the fire escape. They kind of walk off, and Lefty kind of looks at you and he goes, Mary Jane. He goes to the side of the stage. And now you know the stage, right? It's maybe 2 feet off the ground, right? Not big. As he kind of walks down the steps, that looks like he's walking down about 15 flights of stairs. His head disappears, and you still hear walking. And he pops up. He's like, sorry, old habits. Anyways, come to my office. And he kind of walks you to a side room with a desk that is comically large, that he kind of hops up and he gets up and he goes, I know you told the flounder, but in your own words, can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, boss. I wanted to respect, chain of command and all. I wanted to make sure I told
AJ, be very clear. You're one of the few people that don't have to respect the chain of command. You come to me with anything. But I do appreciate you taking the effort. But go ahead.
So yeah, you know how we had that audition, right? I was telling you about. I was excited for. I kind of thought some of my talents weren't really appreciated back in the golden years.
Hey, I was a big fan of the old crocodile smile. That yeah, I know what you mean. Go ahead.
Little crocodile tear comes as he says that. Yeah, well, me and those, I don't know if Flounder told you about my friends that were with me too, but we had an audition over at Spotlight's place. And right before we had the audition, his whole crew left. They said, hey, we're ending the night. He's gonna see you in a couple minutes. And we were just waiting. And that seemed real odd to us. We went in there and he was gone, sleeping with the fishes, as I told Flounder, and we were there trying to figure out.
I wouldn't tell him that again. He gets a little sensitive, offended by stuff like that. But yeah.
Boss, I really try to, I know what you guys do here is good. I try, you know where I come from, and I'm trying to work on some of the things I say or some of the things I do. But what was concerning me was on the balcony escape, there was a thing of clown scarves. And I know you wouldn't do anything like this, make a move like that, but I want to make sure the blue doesn't think that. So I untied the clown scarf so they flew out into the night.
You think they were trying to set me up?
I want to put it past them. Someone trying to make a power play.
Smart of you to cut those away. Where are they now? They just kind of float away in the wind?
Yeah, far away.
Okay.
We were up comically tall.
I know the building. I've never been able to really understand how it's as tall as it is with so few flight of stairs.
No one does. I mean, the blue got there too, by the way. Detective got there, and we're real hot coming in there. He said he got a tip that this murder was happening, and we thought it was us. So we got, how we are. We got out of there safe.
He said there was a tip, huh?
Yeah, he said there was a tip that said there was a murder.
Did he say from who?
He didn't. And he didn't believe us that it wasn't us. I mean, why would we call in, the murder?
Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. All right. Well, I want you to know I appreciate what you've done for me. To even think about me in such a stressful situation,
You know I owe you a lot, boss.
thanks, kid. But I think you might have put yourself in a bad situation. As he pulls out a tape recorder and he goes, oh, I was listening to this, and just from a couple things said, I felt like I should record it. And he presses play on it, and and you hear the tape go run, a little bit of white noise in the beginning, and it starts to go, and it's like, "Welcome to Toon Talk, where we say the best thing that's going on right here in our little fun city of San Animados." But unfortunately, a bit of sad news today is we kind of have to talk about, as it kind of goes on to a bit of a eulogy for Mr. Spotlight. And it goes into detail that, now, this isn't public knowledge, but, a couple of my own, let's just say, friends in high places let me know that cops are hot on the trail of what seems to be a murder of all things. It's insane, right? Definitely comically trying to make a fun spin to something that's kind of dark. And they describe you, and they describe Johnny, and they describe Pickle by name. And they all describe you as like these failed actors who are disgruntled by Spotlight Studios. How dare he, blah, blah, blah. Really painting this picture of you guys coming to this audition, making your way all the way up to a private audition with him. And then because of who he is, and you all just being these failed losers, killed him. Problem is, people can talk, right? Who cares what he's saying? He's just a very famous person with a very popular show who's kind of burning your names. Who cares, right? That's not a big deal. Yeah. What is the big deal, however, is he goes to talk about evidence that apparently the police have seen quite a few things. One, there seems to be evidence of claw marks on the side railing where the rope and the cloth, and then of course the clown cloths, met the railing. Beside that, there seems to be some stolen some computers, as well as some stuff going on where they see like little claw marks of something similar to what was on the banister, but now just a little bit tinier. And then, of course, fingerprints all over the side of the wall nearby where Jonathan was leaning against, talking to a very attractive older woman. So they kind of go on, and they're trying to think of it like those podcasts where they're talking about old murders and stuff like that. And they're like, we're going to solve this murder. We're going to find out who these people are. We're going to find everything that we can. Tune back in to Toon Talk as we kind of, and they kind of go into details. We follow this story as close as we possibly can. The tape ends. He goes, AJ, you're in some deep shit.
Right. It sounds like, and boss, and you can tell me if it was you, boss. I'll take the fall for you. But if it's not you, we got to figure out who did this.
Give me an insight roll.
Ooh, what a time to get. 24.
He looks at you and he says, AJ, I have no idea why anybody would want to kill Mr. Spotlight. and he kind of gets up off of his desk and he kind of jumps down and of course honk. He takes a couple steps and he puts his hand on your thigh because he can't reach your shoulder, and he goes, AJ, maybe it's time you left town, right? Take some of the money that you earned, go on vacation, see some sights, get out of San Animados. You know, it's not the best town in the world, and there's a lot of tune like you could do out there. Go get praised by some people in Egypt or something. I heard they've got some kind of god that looks like an alligator someplace around there. I'm sure they'd like to see you.
Yeah, I mean, I know I could, boss, but I don't know why I feel this way. But the two the two people that were there with me too. I mean, they're in on this now too, and I know they're innocent too. I don't know why I feel this way, but I want to make sure they don't get in this deep shit either.
You want to help them out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always seeing you give back, and I feel like I never do. I want to find a way to do that too.
He kind of gives a couple taps on your leg, and he goes, "There's that heart of gold I saw." Well, AJ, you can always hide out here. I don't know how safe it is, but most of the blues are humans anyways. There's definitely some tunes on the force, and they definitely hide out here and hang out, but you and your friends are more than welcome to stay here. I'm not going to let you stay in Toon Towers. There's a room in the back. Not much. Got a table in there. Usually kind of have it for like private conversations or private dinners, but feel free to take that as you see. Now, you said your friends, are they anywhere around?
Yeah. The big one, he's just downstairs. I told him to wait up. I didn't want him in on this conversation, and
No. That's I appreciate it, but won't you tell him to come in?
okay.
And kind of to cut away from a little bit of the you invite Johnny in. There's a bit of kissing of cheeks. He goes mwah mwah to Jonathan Bravados. He definitely makes you come down like to his level so he can kiss your face. There's a little bit on one side of your face there is white ink, and on the other side there's nothing because he's black and colored. Black and white and colored. He kind of lets you know that you're in deep shit, that they've kind of named you as this, that there is a huge warrant out for both of you, as well as Pickles, and that you all are in deep shit, and that he can't be tied to you guys. You all are more than welcome to stay. But Lefty doesn't have a criminal background. He obviously does, but he's never been in jail. He needs to look innocent at all times. He's the big boss. And when the big boss moves, he's got other people that do it for him. So he needs to kind of look innocent at all times. At that point, I think Pickles probably walks in at some point. Because you're headed towards the club, right? Or are you headed towards Toon Tower?
Well, I would have went to Toon Towers first. Yeah.
Okay. You go to Toon Towers, and you go to your room where it's snoring.
Yeah, I'll take that and shut it off.
You shut it off, and Monkey Business is tidying up JB's room.
Hey, where'd everybody go?
Oh, you scared me. Sorry, I was just trying to make it more presentable. That Johnny's definitely got a musk about him. Yeah, I've never seen this place look as bad as what it does. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, you just wake up and it's crazy. I was hearing you snore for like at least 2 hours. I've been here for a while.
I got a deviated septum.
Oh, okay. Well, your friends, they walked over to AJ and the tall guy. They both walked on over to the Black and Rainbow room. I would recommend you kind of see them. Now, at this point, AJ and JB have already had their conversations. They've already had Pickles. If you walk in, they are in the office at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably walk over there.
Okay, so you kind of walk in as AJ and JB are kind of walking out of the building. So real quick, which, if any of you, does anyone have a gun on them right now? JB has a gun.
I have a gun, and then I have a blowgun.
Can you do me a favor? Can you go ahead and take the gun out of your items list? And Pickles, can you go ahead and add an item to your items list?
You took my pistol?
Maybe.
Just stay here.
So, because he rolled a sleight of hand check much too high, but you know what? And I think that, yeah. So that is. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we kind of go off, and Pickles, at any point, before, I'll give you kind of a moment to kind of have some business here and kind of talk with these people that you barely know. And essentially, if you guys want to come up with a game plan or talk about what you guys want to do, as well as AJ and JB kind of fill him in on what Lefty said, and feel free to take a moment and kind of have a conversation.
Man, do you always sleep in that late?
Dude, you
We're
kept
having
me
it
up.
already.
I couldn't go to sleep last night because of you. Look at my eye bags, dude. I could sue you for this. This should be insured.
You can sue me? I ain't got much.
Whoa! Dude,
What?
I'm worth a lot.
No, I said I don't got a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as that's what you were referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, Pickles, man, we're in some deep shit. I mean, I don't you weren't here with us, but my boss played us this morning's radio, and I'll kind of go over kind of everything that they said on the podcast about naming us and all that with them.
that's seems a little odd that they would. So they must have access to who we based off of maybe the paper we had, or because I took their computer, so they couldn't have that information.
You took the
The
computer?
computer?
No.
Give me a deception roll with, I don't know, double disadvantage, I guess.
I don't. It's like a 0 anyways.
Ugh.
Disadvantage. That's 16 with disadvantage.
Are we
There we
rolling
go.
insight?
Yeah, roll insight to know if he, with advantage, because he basically just said, yeah, that he stole it.
I just rolled the
This
natural.
is not good. 24.
21.
Okay, yeah. Pickles not only stole it, but you feel
Saw
like
me
you've
do
stolen
it.
other things.
I grab your hand and I look at your hand to see if it would have left like claw marks.
Probably. I mean, they are little, that claw.
Well,
I cast message to JB. Is it possible this guy killed him?
I cast message back. I really don't know this dude. I think he could. I don't trust him. If he's over here just stealing things, what else has he stolen?
Yeah. Pickles, they named some evidence that was missing. The computers, a magnifying glass, some documents. And I was talking to the detective a little bit last night,
Whoa!
which I know sounds weird.
You talked to him?
Yeah, he was sleeping. I'm able to pop into his dream real quick little chatty chat.
Hey, if you
and,
ever do that to me, you're toast.
Okay, well, you'll know if I do. He said there was some documents missing too. Did you grab anything from last night?
Documents? What kind of documents? I don't got no
That's as
papers.
clear as he was with me. And everything else that's been missing so far has been in your pocket.
I don't got no pockets. I got a bag.
Hey, let us see that bag.
No,
Give me that bag.
you don't touch that. This is my bag.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just trying
go.
to get.
I'm gonna try
just
to
trying
rip
to get
the
my
bag away
loot.
from him.
You're gonna what now?
I'm gonna rip the bag away from him.
Give me an athletics check against his and get it opposed athletics. So both of you roll athletics rolls.
Oh, this ain't even gonna. Athletics roll. Good lord.
Jesus
32.
12.
On
Well, that was
a
under-
32, you not only pull the bag from him, you feel like he has never done any pull-ups his entire life, push-ups. His form is horrible. You take it from him, like, you know how they say there's like taking candy from a baby? This baby obviously has like some kind of disability because you're able to take it way too easily. You're like, hey, come on.
Hey, dude. Thank you for letting me win, but we gotta work on your arm day. You're gonna do my second workout with me today, okay?
I'm
And I start pouring out the bag.
Thing with bag of holdings, unless you know what's in it, I think. Well, I'm gonna read how bag of holding works.
I don't know. Either way, JB doesn't know how it works.
We should put it in another bag of holding. That won't cause any issues.
Right. Yeah, if you just
I'll
turn it
just
upside
spoil my
down,
game.
and nothing will come out of it.
Nothing comes out. I start reaching my hand in there.
Okay, you reach your hand in. Are you trying to pull anything specific out?
I'm just trying to reach for anything, trying to pull everything out.
You wouldn't find anything.
Hmm.
The way bag of holding works, and you have to be looking for a specific thing.
Tell you what, here's what I'll do.
Anyway, it's fine if it doesn't work. He doesn't know how it works. Yeah, bag's clear, dude.
Thank you.
That's clear.
Wait, you have the computer stuff. Is it just in the back in the towers?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
grabbed
yeah.
the bag again, look for the computer stuff.
It wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, no, it's clear.
I already took that out.
That's true. He did take it out. Where did you leave the computer stuff? Again?
Left that at my apartment.
Okay. Do you kind of let? So they know that you've stolen the computer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let them know that you've stolen it, or you're just like, mm?
I told them. I just said, and then they said that. So I stole it. I said no, but I said it out loud that I took it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Just want to make sure that like it's
mean,
not
they
something that you're kind of
Plus
like
they were sitting
hiding.
there. They were like sitting there watching me while I did it.
Hey, they weren't paying attention.
Well,
Maybe.
Pickles, I mean, assuming you didn't kill Mr. Spotlight, and that seems like a big if right now.
All right.
Like, are you like what's the stuff that they say we took? Did you take it?
Let's see.
Like the magnifying glass, the documents? Which I don't
Did
even know
you-
what documents they're talking
Did you
about.
tie up those cloths to make it seem like someone else?
No. And I mean, from what you guys said, you said it looked like he was strangled. Did I feel strong enough to strangle somebody?
No, you did not, man. We need to work on those arms.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Out of my normal little backpack that I keep on my side, I'll pull out the little magnifying glass thing.
Okay.
This thing, I found it. It seemed cool. It's got like a magnifying glass and a stop. It's different. I'm gonna put it back in there.
AJ, give me a history roll.
Oh.
You've worked on the most shows, so I think that one should be you.
19.
On a 19, you notice what it is. You notice that this is an old prop from a show that got hidden away. It's not something that a lot of people know about, but you know that it's like what it can do, that it essentially allows you to look back in time.
Wait, Pickles, bring that back out. Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. I haven't really messed with it. Don't have time, but it's got a clock here, and then it's like a magnifying glass here, and you can.
You don't recognize that?
Would he know what it is?
Not unless you roll a history check to
Okay.
know what it is.
All right.
I mean, you can if you want to like take a look and that kind of. You know what? You could also roll an
Making it
Arcana
what it
roll
is.
to know how powerful it is.
Well, the history check is a 24.
Okay, you can roll a 24, and
Arcana check,
I would
no,
say-
I don't know how powerful it is.
on a 24, you know what it is, not necessarily know how powerful it is. Because I'm going to say that AJ knows just because of like he's worked on so many shows, but you know that it is an antiquity. You know that collectors are definitely probably would want to find this, but it's not like common knowledge.
Mhm.
So you know it's a big deal to have it.
You don't remember the shows where they used that and they could look back in time and see what was going on, and it never really made a lot of sense because why wouldn't they just use that when other problems arise? But they only brought it out for like certain episodes. Never made sense to me. But you don't.
No,
Well,
I mean, I kind of remember what it seen and play and known a little, but I don't remember what they used it for.
yeah,
I
I
guess
can't
maybe
believe
I missed
Spotlight has one of those.
I never really watched a lot of TV. I guess just never could sit down and get into it.
Well, I mean, from what I remember how it worked, I think we can just go back to where we can go back to Spotlights with it, and we'd be able to look back like the next like previous day or so, see what happened there.
Are you sure it works? Okay.
I think it works that way. Right.
I'll describe exactly the way that it works if you want.
Sure.
Okay, I'll describe exactly the way that it works for now. Pickles isn't going to know this. AJ is going to know this exactly. So I'll now I'm just going to go into your items list so I can describe it. Because while I may have read it, I unfortunately forget everything about it because that's just how I work. So, this is called Half Past a Miracle. So, Half Past a Miracle is a wondrous item that requires attunement. It's a magnifying glass whose glass has been replaced with a clock and attached by a gold cord a pocket watch whose face has been replaced by a glass. This was created by Thomas Herpak, which is a common name. Everyone knows Thomas Herpak, very famous artist for Spotlight Studios. The eyeglass was originally drawn for a sci-fi cartoon that did not make it past the pilot episode. Now, it has been used in other shows here and there as like a, a lot of times, especially in sci-fi shows, props and stuff like that get used multiple times. In fact, there is this weird prop that you can find in like every sci-fi show that has ever been made. Like the Orville uses it. Star Trek uses it. Star Wars has it. It's just like this pylon that people have put in every single sci-fi. So they've used it in a lot of other things. But it's been in the collection of Mr. Spotlight ever since its creation, and it's quoted by Thomas Herpak to peer through time as a gift, but in the wrong hands, it's a curse. This takes a long rest to tune. It allows you to look back in time when attuned. When it is not attuned, the image can be distorted, blurry, etc. Detection, divination. Essentially, you look through the eyeglass, you can look back in time, and you can look back as far as you put the clock back on the other side.
Okay.
So literally, you can look back as far as time itself. In a
You have
very,
to be like in the area that you want to look at, right? Like looking.
yes,
through
you
it.
have. You can't just go. I'm gonna go. What did this place 10,000 miles away look like 10,000 years ago? You have to be looking at it directly.
Yeah, so I mean, we can look back if we're back at Spotlight's place. We can see what happened there. If we want to look, we can go back 24 hours. But I don't know how we're gonna get in there right now. I have to imagine it's swarming with blues.
Well, if you know how to use it, you can take it. I can make you invisible. I don't know if you can do that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to sneak through them. It'd be risky. We can definitely go give it a try.
Hey, I need to clear my name because why would we kill him if we needed this job so bad? He was the one that was writing it off. It was all writing on it.
Yeah.
I need to be workable. I need to be bookable. I need my name cleared.
Pickles, I just want to make sure you I mean, you didn't kill him, right?
No, I was right there with you guys Well, except when I went and ate. It's the only time I wasn't
Yeah,
with
you
you.
kind of snuck away a couple times there and have a habit of not being next to us.
Well, I was hungry and they said they had food. But I did see a guy. But he said he was hungry and I told him somebody else ate all the food. But I ate it all.
There was that one dude that was coming out of his office. That
Oh,
Michael Jordan-esque type of dude.
Who's Michael? What? Michael Jordan? Who's that?
Oh, only the greatest basketball and baseball player of all time.
Baseball's a stretch.
Hold on. I've seen his stats. He's actually pretty good on baseball.
The greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time.
He's the Babe
So-
Ruth of basketball and baseball.
I'm gonna. I guess AJ can put that in his, and I'll take it out of my inventory. The half
Yeah,
past
I'll
miracle.
definitely take it if he offers it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go ahead and switch it over. Go ahead and on your items list add half past a miracle. You can actually go into manage inventory and type that in, and then you can just add it. It'll have all the descriptions and stuff in there for
cool.
you.
Hey, Pickles. Just so we can come to an understanding. We're working as a team now, so if you steal something, you'll let us know, right? So that we know we're not surprised by anything.
I mean, if it's important, maybe. I guess if that's the case, I should show you this, and I'll pull out the expensive notebook that's missing the pen that had the names in it.
Oh, I mean, these are probably the documents they're talking about, Pickles.
It's just a notebook. That's not documents.
Yeah,
Papers are
all right.
documents. This has papers in it.
It's just
Yeah,
a couple names and numbers and some notes. But you're-
Immediately, if you look through the notebook, are you going to look through the notebook?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you immediately notice your boss is on there, so it has that number. Freddy the Flounder, not Lefty.
In what context is this listed? Is there any like header at the top, or is it just a list of names?
It's a list of names, phone numbers. That's it. So there's no real description. You have the names. You have the phone numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The names are Sylvia Spotlight,
Mhm.
Frankie, which is a female, Frankie Fiddle, and then the Freddy the Flounder.
That's correct.
Oh, it's the boss's name right there.
I'm
The
looking
one that
over
threw the
your
hatchet at
shoulder,
you.
too close to you.
But I will say, it seems like there should have been a pen with it. But I didn't take I took this out of the detective's pocket. Like straight
Last night you
snatch.
took this out of his pocket? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just straight snatched it out of there. He didn't even. He was acting weird. I don't know what was going on with him.
Well, we can. Do you want to go to the tower? Try to see if we can sneak in there and look back through the magnifying glass.
I mean, I can only do it to one person, so
I can do it as well, and then I have a little hat that we can use to disguise a person as well.
I got a hat like that too. But I don't know if it'll work on me because they're gonna, I'm not real big.
You know what? How about I use my hat? I can do the invisibility on Alabaster if you want to keep yourself invisible. Or you can make invisible Alabaster and I'll make you invisible.
Oh, okay.
Or I have an unseen servant as well. I can have go scope it out.
Wouldn't be able to use the item though.
No, I can at least see like what the cops
Oh,
are
as while he's invisible, he can't use the item.
No, the unseen servant can't use the item.
Oh, okay.
He's invisible. He can use it.
Okay.
I
You
also
have to be attuned to it.
Do you remember the secretary too, Alice? I have her phone number too. I mean, I don't know if calling her would do us any good. Phones might be tapped now too, but she might have some insights for us also.
Hmm.
You're more than welcome to call her.
You
I
want
will
to
say in the room, just for this context, we'll say that there is a phone in that room. And are you guys talking in broad daylight, or are you in that room?
I don't think we've gotten to broad daylight yet, since we know that people probably kind of know us by name or possibly description now, I would think.
So you're kind of in that private room that he let you know about.
Sure. Unless someone else. Yeah,
No.
I think so.
No. I can do disguise. I can disguise you as something, or you can take my hat that can make you a disguise. I can polymorph into like a companion. We can disguise you as a cop, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I have the means to disguise myself too. It's hard with with this snout, but I'm practiced at it. I can do it.
Okay.
Really big hat.
Up to you. What's the plan? Where are you guys going? How are you guys going to get there? And what measures are you taking to make sure that you don't get found out?
Well, I think we should go there, and I think I do agree with you all that maybe we can pull up invisible, try to sneak past. I just feel like the Blue probably knows each other. When we go in there acting as Blue, it might be a little suspicious that we don't know us.
I could say I'm a transfer,
Sure.
a trainee.
Well, how
Clint
do we
Willow
want
was
to
a
get over
transfer.
there?
You might want to bring donuts then if you're training.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Maybe some coffee.
Well, we don't want to waste any time because the later it gets, the less time we have on the magnifying glass.
Mhm.
So I think if you want to go in there as a Blue, I'm good with that. I think we should have to figure out how to get there because I think the town will be looking for us. I have a means for us to fly, and we could try to get past them that way. Get over to the tower that way. Maybe even fly up to the balcony.
Oh, I kind of like that.
I got
I've
dragons.
always wanted to fly.
Any fear of heights, Pickles? You good flying too?
No, I can do it. I'll be like a little dragon.
Okay. I pull out what looks like an ordinary broom, like from Tom and Jerry, and it starts flying, and I hop on it because I have that.
I can carry all
You
of us.
jump on your broom, and you are able to fly.
And it can carry a bit of weight, so even
Man, how
usually
much can
these-
it carry?
Let me double check. I remember it being.
I will say Pickles is obviously like probably 30 pounds.
It can carry up to
Uh,
400 pounds.
Okay, you can carry both of them just fine.
Yeah.
They might be hanging off the broom, I guess, but
That's like JB probably weighs at least a good 250 at 6'3" solid muscle.
well, yeah,
Oh, I
he's
figured
definitely a
250 to-
250.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Um,
light. I'm thinking
Yeah, I
feather.
guess I haven't thought about how much I would weigh. It might be a stretch, actually. You're right.
I mean, even if
AJ
you
is a
together only weigh,
crocodile.
Was
how
that?
big is AJ?
I would say probably like a good 5'10", 5'11". Not nearly as
We
big
discussed
as
that he
JB.
was like a normal height. He wasn't like
Yeah.
a massive alligator. But
No.
I think it'll hold all of us.
tell you what,
It's a cartoon broom. It's probably comically.
you know what? You're right. I'm into it. Yep, it can
Yep.
carry all of you. For some reason, even though it's literally a standard size broom, all of you somehow fit sitting together. You're just a little smushed.
Yeah.
Well, I do have one spell that I could cast if just in case if we need to. I could reduce the size of JB.
Don't you dare!
Well, it's just for a time. Just
I work hard to look like this.
well, you would go back to normal.
No, don't ever joke about that unless you're trying to make me bigger. We,
As they're
only
arguing, I can't. We start
Wait.
flying.
Okay.
As you kind of go up in the air, so let me just make sure I got the plan right in my head. Okay, so you guys are gonna fly there, and essentially you're trying to fly over the cops to get on top of the building, so
I guess
that
on
way
the
you can like.
balcony? Because you said there's a balcony that was in.
Okay, you fly on the
room.
balcony.
I'm
And
gonna
then
be disguised as like a pig with my hat.
So you are.
A cop, sorry.
a little bit.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
I get it. When pigs, there's definitely some people like, I fucking told you I'm not a liar. Like, why would you say that? As people see you up in the sky.
If you guys want to, you can drop me off at the front and I can get the doors open for everyone. Or if you're on the balcony and the windows are closed, I can go in and open it.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. We'll drop her. We'll drop him off. Maybe like a block away, so we're not seen. Ideally.
Yeah. I can just jump off. I got Featherfall.
You literally thinking light as a feather. You are light as a feather as you touch the ground. A little bit like, almost like if you had an umbrella, you would float down. Like Mary Poppins, you touch the ground, you're a block away. You're good. Everybody, go ahead and roll me a stealth roll. I want to take all of them. I'm going to add them together. Okay.
Alrighty.
20.
Okay.
24.
32.
Nice.
All right. So an average of 25. You, Pickles and AJ, float above all the cops. But on your passive perception, you notice several birds flying around. Not just like normal birds. You recognize these birds. These are what look to be like old Jurassic period birds that you recognize from a very popular cartoon of like old cavemen, people running around inside of their cars and they're all feet powered, flying around the building. Below there, the cops are surrounded. I mean, for every cop car, there's at least 2 officers, and there's like 100 cop cars. So do the math. There are 200 cops here. As you kind of fly over, you notice like the birds kind of right there because you guys are not invisible, right?
No, I mean,
Okay, cool.
unless
thought we
people did something.
Because I
thought
wasn't
I
sure if you casted it.
I think before I would have gotten off, I would have definitely casted it since we discussed it. At least
You
in
guys
Alabaster,
cast it.
since I know Pickles can do it.
Because I know both, because you all discussed it, but I wasn't sure if you did. So you cast invisibility on AJ and Pickles. Johnny, you're kind of going in from the bottom, right? What are you doing to kind of disguise yourself or turning invisible yourself? What?
Oh, sorry, me.
Yeah.
I'm just not used to answering to that yet.
Johnny.
Yeah, to Johnny. I probably prestidigitation have some coffee and donuts in my hand. Probably the disguise self. I made myself a little pudgy. We hate
Just
it.
a little.
But a little.
Immediately,
I'm
as
walking
you're
up-
kind of walking, you see the biggest cop ever go, "Oh shit, new guy brought donuts? Hell yeah!" and runs up to you to grab a donut from you.
Hey, yo! This is for the boss!
Hey, well,
Not me, you.
you got 12 donuts there. That's 12 cops. I'm 5 cops all in all, because of my size. Anyways, just give me 2 donuts and we'll call it even.
And you know what? How many cops do you think the boss is?
Fuck the boss, I want donuts. Give me a contested athletics roll. Actually, no. Make it acrobatics because you're kind of dodging him. He wants to get it.
What if What if I put my hand on his head and push him away?
Okay, you could do that. That'd be an athletics roll.
I have advantage on it, so please hold. Nothing's gonna get better than that. 34, but technically I have improved critical, so it was a crit.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. So he has a negative
He's out
1
of
to
shape.
this.
Cops so strong.
He rolled. So I
That's
rolled a
everything out of
1,
me.
and he has a -1 to it. So he got a 0. So you push it. You push your hand on him. He literally flies into a cop car. Oh God! It's not. Oh, my lumbago. Oh, and he kind of like, it's not fair. As you kind of walk in, sliding by, you notice Clint Willow to the side. Clint doesn't really notice you. He's kind of going about his business, looking at stuff, trying to figure some things out. Give me a perception check.
Natural one.
You don't notice anything.
I drop the prestidigitation and just go into the house. Or go into the, the building.
Spotlight Studios. You go into Spotlight Studios, and it is covered with detectives. Outside is mostly police officers, and there are some police officers inside kind of containing the area on every single floor, right? But they're mostly interviewing people. The detectives are kind of going off. It's so busy, it's almost like everyone's too busy to really notice you. You kind of slide straight through without any issue. Pickles, AJ, you all are flying above, right? Even because if you're on the roof, you could look down and see that the kind of like the Juliet balcony is only a foot down, or a floor, maybe like 2 stories down, not a foot, like 2 stories down. You could easily get down there.
Hey, dude, are we landing right there? Or we just get on the roof and then just climb down?
I think we get on the balcony maybe and just wait for JB to let us in.
All right.
He seems so confident he's gonna be able to.
I mean, nobody can see us because we're both invisible. So.
JB, you go to the door. There are no cops around the office. They seem to be interviewing everybody, and you notice. Remind me of the name of that character one more time, AJ. The very talkative lady. I wrote her name down, but I can't seem to
Alice.
find her right now. Thank you, Alice. Alice is just like,
Oh, well, I tried to tell him there was this one cute crocodile, and he was really nice to me.
and just kind of having a conversation with the cops. Really, like, no one's really notices JB kind of walking straight into the office. Do you go straight in, or do you kind of like lock the door behind you? What do you do?
Definitely lock the door behind me and then go over to the window and open it for them.
Okay. So you go to the window, and it is already unlocked. Nobody has locked it. So you unlock it, and it's just fine. And you kind of look out, and you can even look up and see Pickles and AJ. Everything's A-okay.
Hey, come on, get in here. No one tell me.
Well, you can't see us because we're invisible, but we're coming.
I feel I'm just pretend. I'm hoping you guys are out there and I don't look stupid.
It's the ghost.
Yeah. No, we're
Christmas
coming. We're coming.
You guys go in. The door closed behind you. The room is yours to kind of look out. And it seems virtually the same. The only difference is instead of where a body was, now the chair has just got a big blood stain on the back of it.
Does the door open in towards us?
The door does not open in towards you.
Okay. What kind of handle is on the door?
A regular handle.
It's like a knob.
Yeah, like a knob.
Okay.
It's not like a bar handle. It's anything. It's definitely like it's a traditional office door. So it's like a regular door, maybe gold door handle with with Mr. Spotlight on the door. But it's a common door.
Is there a lock on it?
Yes.
I'm gonna
There's a lock on your side. Okay. You lock the door. But the room is exactly the way that you guys left it, other than the body not being here.
All right.
I turn to JB and I say, "All right. So while we're doing this, if any of the blue come poking around, we need to get a quick escape. I hand him this Tabasco looking bottle, and I say, "Open this cork and say kumquat."
Kumquat.
Will give us a yeah. Well, don't say it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you just said it. What happens?
Well, no, they have to open the lid too. I don't know if JB opened the lid.
Did you
No, I
open the
didn't.
lid?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
AJ was like, "No, my plans are ruined."
If we need to make a quick escape, do that.
Okay.
But I'll pull out the magnifying glass, and
All right.
seems like I know how to use it, unless
You
anyone
know-
else feels confident.
Yeah, it's really simple. Like literally, like the clock hands, you can put your finger back and just like turn back time. And while you do that, you can look through the glass and kind of look at any spot in the room. So what do you look
Okay.
at? Do you look at the bookshelves? Do you look at the bloody spot on the chair? I don't know. Whatever you want to look at.
If he was strangled and in that seat, I would think that. I mean, it would make sense to me that he died there. So I'm gonna look at maybe where he was seated or sitting.
How much time do you turn backwards?
Do I have to do a number, or can I just like when you like scrub on a video where you just like
100%. You could scrub back, but I want like
Okay.
at least a starting point and an end point that you're looking.
I'm gonna start just when we walk in and just go back from there.
Okay. So you look back, and as you kind of look, it's really strange because you can see the back of your head. And as you kind of go back, a little time passes. You guys aren't in the room, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then you see somebody incredibly tall, wearing a black hoodie that covers their face. They have long, lanky arms and long, lanky legs.
Similar to the tune that went in before us.
Very
Before
similar.
us? Okay.
Very similar. They have white gloved hands. And they have a cord wrapped around the throat of Mr. Spotlight. And he is already blue from the frame that you're looking.
Okay. Can my friends can see this too, or am I like peering? It's just me?
Only you can see it.
Okay.
Now they can look into the glass and you can show them, but
Okay. Yeah, I'll step away for a second so they all can see. To show this
Pickles
frame.
takes a look, sees the same thing. JB takes a
Yeah.
look, sees the same thing.
But let's go back a little further just to make sure. So I'd hate to get it wrong with this one frame. So can I go back to it and just see if it goes a little further?
Sure, you go back and you see somebody climbing into the window and pulling out a cord from their pockets.
Same
And
person.
same person. They look exactly the same. Black jacket, hood over the face, long lanky arms, and long lanky legs. When I say lanky, I'm talking like goofy, like literally rods.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Super.
What was Sal doing? Was he just working? Was he talking to anyone? Did he seem to know this man?
Yeah, good question. Or do they even notice?
Sal is not in the room at this point. This is the point where, if you go and look farther back, you see that there is a meeting between a very lanky basketball-looking man
Mhm.
and Mr. Spotlight. It looks like a normal conversation. As you kind of look forward, he then walks out. So let me kind of talk about in a span of about an hour, because from you guys entering to, let's say from him entering to, from you guys entering and seeing the body all the way from him entering the office, the basketball player, and having that conversation. From those points, here's a couple things that are important. One, there's a conversation between this basketball player. It is a well-lit room, okay? Between Sal and Mr. Spotlight, right? These two are having a conversation. It seems cordial. It seems fine. Sal gives him a handshake. He walks out the room. Spotlight sits there and is doing paperwork. All of a sudden, the lights go out, and you see a shadowy figure come through the window. This is about 5 minutes after the basketball players left. And then a man, woman, or two, have no idea, with a jacket covering their face, long lanky arms, long lanky legs, very similar to the basketball player, creeps in from the window with a cord, strangles him.
Well, personally, I feel a lot better knowing it wasn't Pickles.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's
what
no
do
way
we do
he
with this
can do that.
info? We can't record this. How do we get this to Blue?
Can't record it.
Do
And
we?
to be fair, how do we know that Pickles didn't do it? Pickles has long, lanky arms, long, lanky legs. What if he just enlarged himself?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, maybe I'm not off of you already. But yeah, you're gonna have to prove it.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just gonna be going around the room looking at everything.
Give me an investigation roll. And are you looking for something specifically?
It's only a 26. Just if there's anything moved out of place or something where he would hit anything, like maybe like a secret safe or something.
You look at good look. Okay. You notice on the bookshelf, there are two bookshelves, right? One has loads of books on it, and they are pretty definitely like some works of fiction here. There is seems to be there's some books on Chekhov, some books on like acting gurus like Miser and stuff like that. And then you've got on the other bookshelf, a lot of it is like cartoonist stuff, toon books, comic books. And you pull and you notice one of the comic books says, "This is not a real bookshelf" on the comic book.
That's weird. I'm not real strong. I'm gonna try to push it or pull it. Or...
Do you are the comic book, or do you push?
Well,
the
I'll pull the comic book.
bookshelf?
Like I'll pull the comic book off all the way.
You pull the comic book out, and do you lay it to your side? Do you open it? What?
I'm not, like out of curiosity. I'm just gonna flip through it to see if there's actually any drawing in it.
You flip through the pages, and every single page it looks like a real comic book. But on the last page, you notice this comic book was written by Mr. Spotlight or James Spotlight. And at the bottom, it has a little note that says, "This is not a real bookshelf in my office." Just a phrase right at the bottom.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure how to find out. Like, this isn't a real bookshelf. At least that's what the comic says. You said to show you everything I find.
No, this
maybe
is
it's not a real bookshelf.
I don't know. That's what this here. Well, I'm invisible. I'm gonna set that comic book down and let it. Because I guess since I'd be holding it, it'd be invisible with me. But I'm just gonna set it down. That comic book says that there's not a real bookshelf.
Give me a insight check. Whoever's looking at the book, whoever's like directly reading it.
If he did that, I would look at it. Yeah.
9.
Okay.
24.
All right. On a 24, you notice that the words that say "This is not a real bookshelf in my office" is in big quotation marks and triple line.
Okay. Can I put my hand like to the bookshelf and see if it passes through then, or?
You don't see it pass through, but if you can feel almost a breeze behind it, but it looks like it's pretty solid. You'd have to like really destroy it to really get past it, unless you find out how to get past it if there is something past it.
Gotcha. Guys, I've seen this kind of stuff before. I start systematically pulling every book one by one.
I can try to push it.
You're pushing it, and it's not really moving unless you're like wanting to push it over and really like damage it. You can
You
roll
know
an
when you go
athletics
to like a
check.
door and you try to push it and it's not working, but then if you pull it, it does?
Oh,
It was
okay.
like that. Yeah.
Nope.
Can I use detect magic to see if there's any magic that's?
There is magic. There is magic on it, and you notice there's magic on the book.
Ooh. I'm gonna just try saying it since it's where it says this is not a real bookshelf in my office. I'm gonna say that out loud.
The bookshelf opens.
Whoa, how'd you do that?
Oh, I said the words.
What magic did you use?
My reading.
Lame.
In this,
Knowledge is power.
just reading rainbow.
I would like that would have been bad if that would have taken us
Okay.
hours to figure out.
So, behind the bookshelf, you notice 2 vials of ink, which of course has multiple uses. Now, the vials of ink, I'm going to describe what it literally says on it, on the seal. Ink, creation of life, creation of strength, and creation of structures. On it, also in the back, you notice what looks to be a single cord.
You know what?
A
Cool.
cord. A metal cord.
Hey, does that look like the thing? Does it look like the one that was used to strangle him?
It definitely looks like it, but because you're not attuned to the image, it was blurry. Do you know if this is the exact cord? No, but you do know that there was a cord, and there's a cord hidden behind a bookshelf.
All right. And it's just a metal cord. There's nothing special about it.
There's no like if you detect magic on it. No, there's no like magic. The cord. Give me an investigation roll on it.
I get advantage. 28.
I get advantage. That's so funny. You notice it's the string to an instrument, like a
Uh-huh.
violin or
Like a fiddle.
like a
Like a
standing
fiddle.
bass
Like a
or a fiddle.
A fiddle? Who would play that?
Maybe. Just thinking, one of the names in the book was Frankie Fiddle.
That's the same as the instrument.
But I mean, we don't know for sure that that's what it's off of. Is it a really long? Like, would it be too big for a fiddle, or is it? I don't want
It's
to.
hard to So it's really hard to say because when it comes to like fiddle strings, so like it could definitely be a violin because there are like tenor fiddles, there are alto fiddles, and then of course, so size wise, it's really hard to tell if it's like that, or it could even be a cello string that's been cut. It is shorter, but it does look frayed on both ends, so it could be. It could just be. It could be exactly what you're talking about. It could be a fiddle string.
And it's
Could be
metal,
a violin.
like real metal, not cartoon.
Real metal.
Regardless, I think we should take it. I don't think it does us any favors to stay in here longer than we need to be.
All right, are we taking the ink? I want some of that too.
Let's
The
take
guy,
that.
the guy seemed like he got feeling really good from taking it. I wouldn't mind having some. Them hot dogs tore me up yesterday. Been
So
feeling
what?
sick. I ate some hot dogs at that bar, man, and I've been feeling sick ever since.
You should report that.
I know.
Pickles.
I feel like when I die, it just disappear if I reported him.
Everyone, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good lord. Perfect.
What'd you
21.
Nat 1.
Nat 1, 21.
It was time. It was due.
Yeah, he's had so many great rolls.
18.
18.
That's
Okay.
just because I got such high stats.
You only
Yeah,
need a
almost
15.
20.
You only needed a 15 to save. All of you feel an immense weight on your shoulders, as if you can't move, and all of your movement has been cut in half. Okay, so whatever you're now, AJ and JB are cool. You're fine. Pickles, your speed has been cut into half. Immediately when that happens, the door kind of goes to open, and then you hear a voice behind, like, "Oh, hey, this door's open," knocking on the door, and then kind of going, "Someone's in here, we gotta get out." You see people are kicking the door trying to open it right now. It is locked, but it is a normal door, so it's only a matter of time. All three of your just Pickles' speed has been cut in half, and as you notice, there is a bird on the windowsill that seems to have seen you guys go in.
Can't see me, I'm invisible.
He has sea invisibility.
Well,
Fuck.
Can I call out to the bird?
Yeah, sure, call it to the bird.
I say, snitches get stitches.
Brah, go fuck yourself, brah!
You don't like pigs either. Go take a shit in one of their cars.
He goes, "Brah, I bleed blue, brah!"
One of those birds.
Fucking go, guys. I get my blowgun out.
I'm gonna pull out a gun.
You pull out a gun, JB pulls out a blowgun.
I
Bang!
shot him.
Do you pull out the gun that you stole from JB?
I'd probably
JB,
just
you
use-
noticed that
I would
you
probably
have
just
a
use
gun
my
stolen now.
sling.
Okay, you use a sling, you hit the bird. He pulls out a star, puts it on his chest. He has like a sheriff's badge on. He goes,
Fucking up.
"Brah!" And kind of just falls down because he's dead. Done.
Oh, shit.
All
Let's
right,
go.
get out.
Grab those files and let's fucking go.
Somebody carry me. I feel like I weigh 1,000,000 pounds.
Oh, I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
grab the broom back and we can put him on the broom. So
Wait.
we get his movement back.
Okay, you get
Yeah.
you put him on the broom. Clint, goosh, kicks in the door. He sees all three of you and goes, "You're sleeping with my wife!" and points right at Alabaster
He's
Jones.
invisible. He can't see anyone but me.
Actually, I
He
wouldn't
has
be
sea
invisible 'cause I-
invisibility.
Oh,
I'm saying, and plus I'd be uninvisible because I attacked the bird.
Yeah, but regardless, he does have sea invisibility now. I will not be tricked twice. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I
I still have the magnifying glass.
No,
correct,
I
Chad?
You do.
I'm gonna toss it to him.
Oh, you toss in the magnifying glass?
Yeah.
He grabs it.
I tell
that
him,
was
look back to yesterday. You'll see the real killer.
And then I'm gonna open the decanter of endless water and hit him with
Okay.
a stream of water.
Whoosh! A stream of water. Right as he kind of goes to catch it. Boom! And right to his chest. Definitely the wind's been knocked out of him. He's like struggling to go forward. You guys,
nobody wants to fuck your wife.
as you go whoosh right out, you get a ping on your pager, JB. It is Ruby Willow going, "Hey, do you got time to talk?"
Hey guys, we might have to make a pit stop. Me and a lady friend might have to get together.
Yeah.
Long
As you
time
guys
no see.
fly out,
Jamie, let me get that little bottle back too, if you don't mind.
The bottle?
Yeah, that little Tabasco looking bottle I gave you.
Oh yeah, good.
All right, perfect.
guns are firing. Boom, 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 boom. Go ahead and everybody roll me another dexterity saving throw other than Pickles.
I'm
15.
giving
JB got a 9.
I was gonna say, can I give JB Bardic Inspiration because
And then I'm
a
gonna give
bard?
you bardic inspiration.
Okay, so you guys give each other both bardic. What are you all winking at each other? What's going on?
I'm
There's a mutual
Patted
wink happening.
patting
Yeah.
his back.
What happened?
It was
Alright.
a dab earlier. We still just feel it.
What's your bardic?
What is
I've
it?
never. Do you guys know that
1d12.
scene where it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and that one guy? They just go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
really
a cool guy
intensely?
handshake, just
Yeah,
straight.
that's exactly what
You
happens. I
son
love
of a
that.
bitch. I'm in.
You said a D12.
Yeah, 1d12.
Mine's a D10.
All right. So dex save 24 already. Then let me add a d10.
Fuck, I have a 14. What can I do?
14
You got
just
four.
missed.
I
JB,
got
your
I got you. I'm gonna use my ability called Flash of Genius. I can give somebody a +5 to any ability check or saving throw.
boom. There you go. You make that save no matter what. Just from that.
25.
So your speed is not halved. You're good. You go and y'all go out. So your halving of speed will last 24 hours. Okay. So until you
Oh,
take a
geez.
long rest, it lasts. So it is a spell that I called Eye of the Crow. Essentially, whenever these particular birds spot you, they see invisibility. They are also controlled by usually some kind of person or creature. So they have to be under control of something. So that's something to know, that these are under the control of something.
That he has some weird spell thing affecting him.
What is it now?
Are we aware, or is Pickles aware that this spell is affecting him, or is he unaware?
He's aware. I mean, he feels heavy.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on him then.
Okay, you cast Greater Restoration. Remind me what Greater Restoration does. I should know that. It's like a really common.
The greater restores.
Yeah. It's like lesser restoration, but a little greater.
A greater.
Ah, okay.
You imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo debilitating effects.
Okay.
It's
Pickles
the
is no
one
longer
that's like a little
debilitated.
better, so it can like take off. Like this can cure feeble mind. It can cure all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah.
What I'm reading is exhaustion. So immediately that is like, boom. So therefore, like obviously charmed, petrified, everything, all of that. Even if like an item that you have is cursed, but where I see exhaustion, it is similar to an exhaustion effect. So Pickles is completely back. His speed is normal. It does not last for 24
I
hours.
appreciate that. I don't feel that heavy no more. But man, I trusted you with that thing I gave you. You just gave it away.
I was hoping that'd clear our name, but I think I hope you didn't drop it after you shot him with that water.
You guys are flying. You're over the city of San Animados. Now, I'm going to go ahead and list off some places that are important from this point. Now, because of things that you now know, I'm going to add a couple locations to this list, all right? So, obviously, Toon Tower. Then we have Toon Tower 2. The alliteration is why I named it that way. So, obviously,
Tower.
Toon Tower 2. Then we've got Spotlight Studios, Animation Station, Frankie Fiddle's Suite. That's the new one. You guys know where Frankie Fiddle lives. This home, whichever your respective homes are, Wigglytown Park, Spotlight Mansion, the home of the Spotlights, Black and the Rainbow Room, Tits and Tunes, and then Cartoon Tune-Ups. And then, of course, we have to add an 11 here, which what we're going to put 11 as is remind. No, you don't need to remind. I got it written down here somewhere because I do my DM work. The dripping lollipop.
How could you forget?
I know. I got a lot going on, guys. I got
Do we know if there's a morgue anywhere?
a morgue.
Like, where would Sal's body be?
Sal's body is probably in the morgue at the police station, but if that's where I would imagine it being at.
Okay.
Let me get that wondrous item out of my inventory too, since I threw it away.
That is a great.
I'd probably answer that text from Ruby.
Okay.
Hey,
It's not a
Foxy
text. It's literally a pager. So you have to call her, but on the pager it just reads like meet up with me, kind of, hey, you got time to talk. So you'll
I'm
have
gonna-
to call her or send her a page bang.
Mama.
I looked up how pagers work. Don't worry.
Okay. Page ping. Hey, Foxy Mama. Just got out of just got free.
I'm giving another bardic here too, by the way.
Free to meet up, but might bring some friends.
Doesn't work at all. Okay, so here's how it works. You can only do like 12 words or less.
Then I say all of that, but as a sending spell to her.
Okay, fair enough. There we go. That'll work. You send it as a sending spell. Okay. She doesn't reply to you. But do you? So remind me. You're
Okay.
like you're with friends. You're not meeting up with her.
No. I am meeting up with her.
Oh, you are meeting up with her. Okay, cool.
And so I
She's-
paid for location ? After
She
I get a
goes-
reply.
Are you not at work?
I send back, day off.
She describes to you the most dirty, descriptive, disgusting things that she is doing in your apartment right now.
Guys, I have to go to my apartment. We can make another stop. We have to go to the Dripping Lollipop.
Yeah, I mean, we can go back. I mean, does it feel safe there? Or?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know. But my apartment should be safe, but you guys should not be in there.
Okay,
But
I mean, we can wait. We can wait out.
It's like a don't ask, don't tell sort of situation there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. We can drop you off. Should we have something prepared in case things go awry?
What if it's
She
a
want to
trap?
do that. No, she want to do that. I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually sleeping with Ruby Willow.
The detective's wives?
Yeah, so when I said that nobody wants to fuck his wife, I was lying. Because I very much do, and I do want... We're going to get married one day. She's going to leave him.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna get married?
Yeah, she said it. Not in those
What?
words, but she said it.
Like I want to see if I want to see if she's lying.
Give me an insight roll. Jonathan, give me a
I will say I do have one ability to help with this though, like
deception.
Where is it? If I roll below a 7 or lower, it counts as an 8.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say this because, truthfully, I don't know the answer to this. Does Jonathan believes that with his heart of hearts? Okay. If he believes that, then no deception roll needed.
That she said it.
But that she said it in so many words. If Jonathan believes it in his heart of hearts, then
It could be a persuasion roll that I can persuade you that she means it.
yeah, do a persuasion roll, and you go ahead and do insight. That way,
The modifier is the same. Can I keep the roll?
you keep the roll. What'd you get?
31.
Oh, insight pickles.
Oof.
I believe this with my soul.
Feels like it.
I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was 30 something.
Eddie is going into his mind palace.
29.
No, I'm looking for my insight. And
It
what
was
did you
a
say it
29.
was?
29.
Well, I'll use that ability on myself that gives myself the extra 5.
And then I'll use my tactical mind.
I'll use the mind's eye.
This is like Yu-Gi-Oh! With my trap card.
My tactical mind
You
roll
fall
d10 to
into
put
my
on top
trap.
of it. Oh, good.
Okay, so what's the final roll on yours, JBs?
34.
34. And what is Pickles? 34
34.
matching?
What?
So if you matched it,
It's a standoff.
it's a stand. Oh gosh. Usually, okay. So if it is a match, it usually goes. So if it's like, I think that this is gonna go to JB, if I'm not mistaken, because even if you match it, it's not like it's an attack roll, because it'd be different if like you had matched her AC.
Or you can just know that I, in my heart of hearts, believe it, but it might not be the true thing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah,
So
you
no-
don't necessarily have to believe her, but you know that she believes that, or John, he believes it. There's some gender bending we're doing here, folks. If you don't
Yeah.
realize that,
Unreliable narrator. Who knows if she actually said it?
Delaney is not a
Right.
guy. If you can't believe
You
that,
don't know
I'm
that.
sorry. Yeah, you're right. I don't know that.
I don't know that.
Jeez.
I was when I saw Jonathan Bravados, my whole world was turned upside down. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
guy, girl, ah, it's
Who is
crazy.
he? Who is he? What are their pronouns?
Ah!
JB, you know, the detective thinks someone's fucking his wife, right? Like he knows.
He doesn't know it's me. It's not me. Well, I mean, I
Okay.
am, but he doesn't know it's me.
All right.
She's real. We are real discreet about it. She goes to my work in a limo. There's a gorilla there.
Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't think. Well, we already heard him say that he thinks it's you, AJ.
Yeah, are you fucking her too?
What's going on here?
JB
Yeah.
balls up.
Pop my pecs a little bit. I've
Yeah.
never been bigger.
Yeah. She said, once you go reptile, you never go back. I don't know what that meant, but
Wait, yeah. Am I a reptile?
Yes,
Are you?
you're a reptile.
Are
Okay.
you?
yeah, when I was chatting with the detective the other night, he thought it was me, and I just thought it'd be funny to let him think that.
Well, hey, I dap him. I go for a dap again.
Of course,
Hey,
go
man.
for it.
Thank you for taking the heat off of me. He can't really find out what's happening.
Yeah, no problem. He didn't like me
Yeah.
already to begin with. But let's go down there. But I think you need to have some sort of way to get out because this feels a little fishy.
Yeah. You got something?
Probably. Probably do.
I got beer.
Yeah.
I got something.
Does beer
Okay.
help?
I mean, I can also fight my way out of there. I don't care. She wouldn't do
I
it,
can
you
give you that
know.
bottle back again if you want it.
Okay, I open it, and I say, "Come quick."
Almost. let's close it, and I'll tell you what the word is again.
Okay, put it back on.
Kumquat.
Oh, come squat.
Close enough.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay.
We'll fly the broom down to Ruby, where she's at.
Mhm.
Is that what we're doing?
If y'all let me. It's
Pickles?
just,
I don't care.
Yeah, let's fly.
Nah,
Let's head over there.
hey,
I think we're just waiting for the detective to ideally watch the magnifying glass, so let's do
yeah,
it.
we're clear after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
can't
I'm
get over.
obviously, it's not me. I don't miss leg day or arm day.
Yeah.
Never miss a day. No days off.
Yeah, it was obvious it wasn't you, at least, JB.
Yeah, and then your nose is a lot longer than whatever we saw too. So
Yeah.
Pickles, I'm still not
Pickles,
sure
I'm still
about
on
you.
the fence. I feel better, at least. I'm pretty confident it's not him.
I don't got white gloves.
He
Mm,
That's
doesn't have
true.
white gloves. That's very
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Yeah, I'll
didn't
hold up.
fit. The glove don't fit.
He must have quit.
where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
I like that.
As you guys pull up
Pickles, is that
onto
your
this
Ford
dripping
Bronco out there?
lollipop,
What?
to get to your apartment, you have to go through the bar, and then of course you have to like walk up the steps to your apartment.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the hat of disguise again and look like it's just a completely different person.
Okay. You
On
walk
that
in.
last stab, I gave Bardic to JB also.
You gave Bardic to JB. So, Pickles, AJ, y'all are like outside of the dripping lollipop.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty
guess so.
something. Yeah. Hey, you want to see something cool?
Always.
I'm gonna pull out the pistol. You see this?
Wait, am I there?
Uh,
No, you're
No.
good.
I don't think I'd recognize it, so I just think it's a pistol. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Pickles.
Yeah, I stole it. You said to tell you
Shit,
when I steal
alright.
stuff.
I can respect
Uh,
that.
He told me to
Yeah.
tell you when I stole stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it back in my bag because I don't want anybody else to know. Don't tell nobody.
I won't. I get it. Hey. You know what kind of work I'm in.
Jonathan, as you walk in, you see someone behind the bar. The only way of describing him is giant, muscle-bound, also fat, though. Like, he looks like, essentially like a strongman, something like a winner of a strongman contest, but who's let himself go a little bit. And he's just like, if I see that fucking Jonathan, I'm gonna wring his neck. I'm gonna break him in two as you're walking past. Just like, I'm gonna fucking tear him to both of his arms and beat the ever-loving shit out of him. He is so tall you can't see his face. Nobody at any time can see his face. This is Byron, your boss, the Bishop Bellucci. As you kind of walk past.
Up to my apartment.
You go right up to your apartment, and it is completely black in your room. There's no because of where it is. There's no windows outside, and I guess when you walk out, you turn the lights off, so it's dark.
Hey, Foxy Mama, I'm here.
You hear a moan in the background.
Oh, I'm going towards it. I'm like
You go-
the cartoon where they pick up a little bit and the legs are creating dust. That's me.
Maybe when
over
you're
there.
sniffing pie. Which, literally.
We see Jonathan literally float.
Pepe Le Pew.
Just floating towards, because it's dark in the room, you can't see in your bed, but you know generally where your bed is. And go ahead and roll me a strength saving throw. Actually, not a saving throw. Just roll me an athletics check.
Okay, cool. I do these with advantage.
You got Bardic if you need it.
I got Bardic. That's a 25, and then that is a... We're gonna go with the 25. Does that save?
One moment. Let me...
Because I've got several things I can do. Tricks up my sleeve.
Okay.
I always figured JB wore sleeveless shirts.
A white blazer and a studded leather jacket.
What did you roll?
25.
All right, on a 25, you notice a cord cinch across your throat all of a sudden. Your breath falls away from you as you feel it constrict to the back of your back. Like you can almost feel the cord touch the back of your neck. It tightens even tighter. But your arm, but as it kind of tightens, you grab the hands. As you look down briefly and see right at the wrist a glove covering the hands. As you are pulling and pulling across, you feel your throat start to give weight as you try to swallow but can't fully swallow because of this constricting. But you're pulling and pulling on these arms as the cord starts to fall away from your neck just slightly. You look forward in the dark and you see a woman tied to your bed, completely naked, with her mouth bound by a cloth. struggling to get out of her bindings, and you see Ruby Willow tied to your bed. Hold on. You're still fighting for your life. Don't get a hard on, Jonathan. As you are, it's so weird to say that to Delaney. As you are pulling this cord, and you see the wrist of the glove, you hear a whisper in your head, and right at your ear, and it says, "I'm a little impressed when you can't breathe." And you still seem... I'm trying to think of a way of saying this joke that's not absolutely disgusting. I'm surprised that you can still get it up with all this air being constricted from your body.
I'm quite impressed.
The whisper is a voice, but the voice is strange. It's really hard to make out if it's a man, if it's a woman, because it sounds almost like you hear it say a laugh. And as it kind of pulls throat, you hear as you're strangled, and we will have to find out what happens in our next episode.
The white gloves.
On the next episode, is Goofy strangling Jonathan Bravadas?
Pinky.
Will Johnny truly get Ruby Willow to fall in love with him? Or is Ruby Willow apparently going to marry him? We don't know. Will Jonathan ever find about the gun that Pickles has stolen from her? Maybe not. Pickles, will he ever find out what's on that computer and be able to use the internet for the first time in the 1950s? At some point, we know what's going to happen. And Alabaster Jones trying to gain the respect of a clown. And in my own opinion, I'm seeing Alabaster Jones turning from a pimp with a strong hand to a pimp with a heart of gold. So you guys tune in next time. I hope y'all had a great time, my Tenacious Tunes. And for anybody watching this, y'all have a great time, and I'll see you guys next time.